Yeah, let's hop into this one.
First game from the new digs. You know, it's always a fun one when you get to move, and now we get to watch a really important game of Dota. Getting towards the end of this little round robin that we got going on in the DPC League, this is one of the most important matches we've seen up to date.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to see how much like Neon can do with their lineup.
30 seconds.
Ember Spirit should be active. Like they have Silence from the Bloodseeker, which is not that great against the Storm Spirit. He doesn't care about the Rupture. Ursa doesn't provide any kind of lockdown. So they have Chains from the Ember Spirit, Hookshot, the Windranger Shackle. Like Storm Spirit, if he's fast enough, and Moon so far, you know, throughout this DPC season, he showed that, you know, he's very fast at those buttons. So, like, he should be able to dodge most of those spells.
We'll have to see. I know Neon have been really good at pulling off that combo, the hook shot, set up the cogs, get that push into like a shackle or a searing chains or something of the sort, or line it up with the blood right. So I'm interested to see how Neon, if they can put all those things together, maybe make this a lot harder than all 5 of us kind of thought that it will be for Fnatic.
It's just looking at Neon's draft, they don't have like real team fight. These heroes are rather squishy, no real AoE. The best one they have is Bloodrite, so that's why I'm favoring Fnatic lineups very hard in this particular game. So Clockwork position 5, let's see how much he can do. It's 2 melee heroes on the bottom against the Centaur and the Phoenix, so should be a lot of pressure coming out from the Fnatic's offlane. Like Centaur's super tanky. He had like, and I love his build. You know, he just went with Circlet, Gauntlets, 2 branches, almost has 1000 HP level 1, which is pretty insane.
It's gonna be hard to really get through the shell of this Centaur and see the damage that he's already putting on. But meanwhile, you've got DJ who gets first blood on Debile, this Windrunner getting taken out by the Elder Titan. That's hitting already pretty hard with the help of that Astral Spirit.
Windranger, like your position 4, you don't get Windrun. That's the thing. Like you could possibly try to get it, you know, see how that's gonna go, but most of the time you don't, because you want to have a stun inside the Bloodrite just for the maximum amount of damage. And now DJ, he's like level 4, so that's quite a lot of damage coming out from the ET, especially when he's dead. Oh, look at his move speed, 440 with the boots.
Yeah, really disgusting how he's just able to not only have that movement speed keep up with you, but with the Astral Spirit hit you pretty hard at minute 2. I'm a big fan of Elder Titans early that can really take advantage of the extra damage that they get, and especially this combo here with the IO, it's quite nice.
Once you hit level 3 with ET, you put the second point in Astral Spirit, and then, you know, it's just very hard. It's too much damage. And I also love whenever DJ plays like position 4 hero from position 5. I think he shines the most.
We were talking about the importance of like Jabs and DJ, and we've seen a lot of how they've kind of come out and been probably, if not the best support duo in this region.
They've been just so good. Synergy is there, the way they itemize, the way they use spells together. They had a couple of bad games as well, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Like most of the time, they just really showed the true potential of these two.
For Neon, we've seen their supports go off as well. You know, Debile, Januel, they've both really had moments of shine, and they're really a big reason as to why Neon are at the top.
Bottom lane, Ursa just jumped in.
Yeah, he gets into a bit of trouble. The cogs come out, wrap around the Saros. But Saros out of mana, not able to do much of anything except throw some right clicks on a Januel and pop a salve, and Natsumi will be given a salve.
Yeah. Jabs did the same thing, salve on the Saros.
Silence coming through on to DJ. He's just trying to right-click a little bit on the play hard. He's got some help from Raven, so really shouldn't be in all too much trouble.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Leading the CS right now, though. A lane we really haven't spoken about too much just yet is mid. Yopaj, as well as Moon.
So
Coming
far,
in
pretty
before
even.
Minimark.
I'd still give slight advantage to Storm Spirit in this type of a matchup. You're playing ranged into melee, and I've seen like I'd call it 55-45 for Storm, but could be pretty even. Depends like how many small mistakes you make in the laning stage.
Yeah, Storm grabbing a regen rune, so that's definitely
That's
gonna
big.
help him out.
Yeah, no, that's just huge winner for Moon.
And that was with nobody rotating over. Like that just got
Doesn't
lucky,
happen.
went bottom.
It does
and
not happen.
picked
We
it up.
see so many players just rotating on a mid. Sometimes we see 6 players on a mid, 5 minutes in, 4 minutes in. Apologies. So the Bill on the top has a point in a Vendron now. DJ is level 3. This top lane is going to be really hard. Like DJ is doing a very good job just stacking whenever he can, whenever Raven feels secure. And now they're going in. 2 points in the Astral Spirit. Let's see the right-click damage.
Yo, look at that. He's already
Play
hitting
hard.
for an extra 108.
Dropping very low. Needs like 2 more hits. But yeah, Magic Stick and Fairy Fire would keep him alive there.
So I always talk about it when we see Elder Titans, and I don't see it utilized as much anymore. But why don't players stack the camp next to the lane like they used to? They used to stack that camp.
The big one?
Yeah. And
well, if you're playing a safe lane, ET, and your lane is being pushed in under the tower, camp is stacked, that means they can just deny the whole wave. Like one of the supports just drags the creep wave, and that's why they don't do it.
Because it used to be something we saw a lot with Elder Titans. They'd stack it, and all of a sudden they're hitting for plus 300.
Sure, but then you lose a lot of XP. Your carry loses a lot of gold if they manage to pull off the pull.
Yeah. It works. Pulling off the pull. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that I noticed. This Ursa, I'm looking at Natsumi, and it's not looking like the easiest Ursa game. I'm actually kind of worried about how Natsumi's mid game is going to go. He doesn't exactly have the best lane. And
It's a lot of harassment on the bottom lane. Fire Spirits, level 2. Centaur has the second point in Retaliate, so you don't really want to hit him. Let's see if this... Yeah, this is actually finish him off.
Coming in and killing off Dubiel. Get a little Portal song in LA. Always a fan. He's almost got that helmet.
I would say I agree, but I never played Portal.
It's a solid game. Portal 2, even better. You got someone to play with. Have some fun yelling at each other because nobody's putting portals in the right spot. And Natsumi taking a lot of harassment over bottom. We just keep reiterating that. And you look at where the CS is at. Now Shackle comes in after the Searing Chains with a power shot and a right click. They finish off.
Yopaj
gets the kill.
He knows. Like, he wanted to invade enemy stacks. He knows he's playing against the Elder Titan. They even get a kill on top of that, and now he's picking it out. I want to see one more guy rotating closer to Yopaj, just, you know, to be able to secure those stacks.
DJ taking a lot of damage, but now helped out by Raven. Is it going to be enough? Remnant misses, and, well, that'll send Yopaj back. Didn't exactly take a lot of the stacked camps that are available. Double damage. He was chunking into DJ. But they've set up. They've got 3 heroes here. I don't think they want to give up on those stacks too easily. However, Raven just trying to grab him right now while he's got a moment. Scan comes out. That's perfectly placed.
That's why I said I want to see Neon bringing in numbers. They're going to steal some of the CS there. Actually, 3 big ones.
You're going to try. See if
and the skeleton. Skeleton brings a ton of gold. Kill the Skelly.
It's worth it. It's worth his weight in bone.
9. Impressive.
Yeah, Yopaj taking a lot more than I think Fnatic are going to be happy about, of course. And I think 1 is too many to them, but they didn't exactly defend it too well. Shackle shot over mid. DJ taking a lot of damage, trying to get the sleep off, but it's not going to be enough to survive. Yopaj with another kill.
Ursa forced out of the lane. TP stop, and now it's just going to be in triangle. Still a lot of work to do towards that. Battle Fury has Perseverance right now. The Bill will stack some camps for him.
Fairy's Trinket, Arcane Ring, stacking Ancients. Top of the net worth right now is still going to be Yopaj.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
The
attack.
problem with Neon's draft is they don't have tower damage. Like, none of their heroes deal tower damage until like Ursa gets some items. So they need to play around the catapults, and we can always see the difference. Fnatic being able to take tier 1 tower, while Fnatic's top tower is almost full HP.
Flare coming in. Natsumi has swapped from the bottom of the top lane. Meanwhile, that bottom tier 1 has gone down. Play hard, as well as Yopaj here in the trees. Jabs, he's got Supernova. Bloodright comes in, Icarus dive away. Nobody coming over to save this tower, and it looks like Neon are going to get this one pretty much for free.
They just brought numbers. They can still defend this tower. Let's see. Phoenix is level 6, pre-10 minute mark. Like, you can see that they don't have enough damage because they're not playing around the catapult.
Not exactly the proper commitment from them. Meanwhile, Remnant forward looking for DJ. He goes in and out of the Roche pit, playing ring around the Rosie a little bit. Reveal nearby, sweep. It's on the Windrunner, but avoided by Yopaj as he slides, and then the Bloodright comes in. Play hard gets the kill, and they'll take out DJ now for the second time.
It's just impossible for DJ to get out of that one. Another rotation on the top lane. Rupture is available with the dive. Almost kills himself.
Ooh, Bloodright. Yeah, it's just in time. That bar was a sliver left as he was trying to TP out. Still, though, you know, they're getting these kills. They're trying to take these towers, but look at the net worth lead. Fnatic, they're happy. They're okay. You could take these supports' lives, but we're getting a lot of farm on our cores.
Io is just the king of the jungle in this game. Has that Helm of the Dominator, increases his move speed, which also increases his farm. And yeah, like, the timing they're looking into is Io getting the Aghanim Scepter, trying to take one fight Centaur. Oh, he's getting a Blade Mail. That's very interesting. He also maxed out the Retaliate. Retaliate doesn't even have active component anymore. But against Ursa, against like Vent Ranger, it also increases your farm quite a lot. You know, so I can understand why he decided to go for it. And combine that with the Blade Mail, it's gonna be a ton of damage.
Yeah. Remember when it did have the active component?
Oh yeah, the good old times. Centaur hitting for 300.
Telekinesis, Hook Stomp, activate, retaliate, just get an easy kill. That was pretty much the off lane if you can set it up every time. Look at this stack. 1, 2, 3, 4 stack over on the Ancients.
Same thing for Raven. He's been farming. Also a couple of stacks on the Dire side. Already level 10. Just needs 2,000 more gold to finish off that Aghanim Scepter. You can see the gold difference.
Yeah.
Increasing for Fnatic. It's closer to 2k than to 3k. Jump from Moon.
Oops, sweep on a play hard, and he's looking pretty dead. Earth Splitter comes in. The Bloodright's not going to be in time. Yopaj finding a couple of Ancients left, just trying to farm what was left here by Raven. He's done a good job of swiping some farm away, but the rest of the team isn't exactly excelling at the moment, especially... I mean, Bloodseeker's just about to break the 4,000 mark on net worth. He is very far behind compared to the Fnatic cores here.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. Centaur has almost 1,500 gold advantage.
He's farming so fast.
He is.
Masaros is doing such a good job.
I've been really impressed by Masaros throughout this DPC league, except his Enigma. I think... okay, hook shot. Hold that thought.
Comes in. They've got the battery cell, but there's the ball lightning with a sweep on a 2. Maybe they can turn this into something more. Masaros gets pushed back via the cogs, and, well, the only one they'll lose right now is Jean-Noel, and they did commit the Stampede.
Fnatic was ready for this. They were already there with ET to be able to use the Stomp. Now Stomp is maxed out, so 5 seconds sleep duration, which is pretty big. ET, one of the best heroes in the game, just to counter initiate, says enough, we're gonna do things my way. A very interesting build on Moon this game. He decided to get Kaya as the first item, something we usually don't see anymore. I thought he was just gonna commit and get the Bloodstone after, because I don't think they can. He can't go from 100 to 0 that quickly, you know. Right. And there's also possibility from the IO to save him, heal him, Sunray on top of that. So maybe like a Bloodstone wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. But going in Kaya into Orchid just doesn't feel right. Like if you wanted to have that Orchid, you know, just get Orchid instead.
Yeah, the timing on the Orchid usually pretty important to these Storms to make aggressive plays and, you know, start really building up an arsenal under that when you're picking off support.
Yeah, you are delaying your Orchid. Ember Spirit doesn't like to play into Orchid, neither does Ursa. Ursa just hates playing into any kind of silence, so he can't use his Enrage.
Good shackle. Even getting caught, silence ruptured, and now using that Centaur to potentially turn this around. He got the stun, I believe, onto all three.
My finest creation, Carry Io. He doesn't even have that Aghanim Scepter yet, but that was a 3-man rotation, 2 ultis expended, and then once Phoenix shows up, the fight suddenly is just over.
It's just so hard to kill this IO and DJ. The Blood Right, Blade Mail popped by the Centaur. Slight action coming in, but nothing more. I was looking over at Natsumi earlier as he got a pretty quick Battle Fury. It's like 12 minutes, 12:45.
Radiant are scared.
Decent spot for him to be in, and then he took that Ancient stack, which got disrupted a little bit by jabs. You see these teams kind of going back and forth by the bounty room. Sweep comes out once again onto the Clockwork. Shackle shot was thrown, but it's not going to latch on to anything, and they'll get an easy kill out of the Clockwork. It has really just been supports dying throughout the entirety of this game.
There's some beef between DJ and the Clockwork. Like, Januel probably did something in a pub, possibly. You know, every single time he just pops that ulti on him.
I don't know if they're going to get this. Yeah, Yopaj has to commit to leaving. The Sunray on to play hard. Ball Lightning. They've got the Vortex. This will be the Blood Right silence onto both the Wisp as well as the Storm, but it's not going to matter. They still get the kill on to play hard. Moon gets credit for that one. So Fnatic hold on to that 4K lead. Ursa trying to fight.
Saros didn't even use his stun yet.
Yeah, now he's got the stun, and Hookshot comes in. Cogs are down, but Natsumi's dead, and so is Januel. Masaros is surviving.
He's still alive.
Oh my. He doesn't
He's
even
super
go
tanky.
down.
Like, Possessed Mask gives him a bit of a lifesteal, some extra strength on top of that, magic resistance.
Blood Right, jabs. Just on the edge of it. They've also ruptured him. He doesn't have that ulti to work with, but still Raven keeping him healthy. They got the sleep on a play hard. And now they're going to Ball Lightning. They have the Vortex. They get the kill on a play hard. Eventually a power shot does come in onto the Phoenix and kills him, but this is costing Neon so much. They still want to go for Masaros. He throws down a 2-man stun.
Well,
Battery Assault kills him.
Now he overextended. You know, it's a big kill. 300 gold for Januel. A lot of XP, however. The Centaur is almost level 12. Could have just gone back instead, but okay. There's still tier 1 tower on a mid lane for Neon, so something that Fnatic should try to take. I mean, both of those actually have tier 1 towers, which is pretty insane to think about it. It's 17 minutes already. Natsumi, as you mentioned, finished that Battle Fury, working towards the BKB.
That Battle Fury was pretty quick. That death is going to slow him down a touch. He's 1,100 gold behind Raven, who has that Ags, has the Helm of the Dominator, and is going into a BKB of his own. And then a Heart. Raven, up to this point, has been unkillable. I don't know how they're ever going to get on top of him through everything that Fnatic has as well.
It's just going to be so much healing, so much sustain. One big item that's going to come out from Neon pretty soon is this Spirit Vessel on Wind Ranger. He's getting very close. Just needs like 300 gold to finish it. To reduce the healing, coming out from Io, from Sunray. Just to the anti-tank build overall, anti-tank item.
Now the pressure on the tier 1 over
tower is under attack. Radiant structure.
Set up Neon, or setting up like they want to go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Put right down, not gonna land. Shackle.
Storm Spirit has Arcane Rune, so they need to be very careful about this one. Also, new Orchid, so if they get a good jump, like someone should die. There is no counterplay from Neon. They don't have any kind of save.
It's a tough spot for them to be in, but they're still looking like they do want to fight. Masaros will TP out.
It's a long TP.
Close. Yeah,
That's
was forever.
That was a first or second TP to the outpost.
I think it was the first, and it still felt like forever. Maybe it was the second with Storm TPing there.
I think Fnatic doesn't have to rush things. They could potentially just farm a BKB on Io. One thing they don't have is any kind of vision in the enemy jungle. There's like one observer ward that's going to expire right now on the bottom. Neon with the smoke, holding the high ground for now.
Don't find anything though, and now coming around the other side is Fnatic. They might be ready for this. Got vision down, but they don't see anybody under the shroud of smoke. And they don't break it either. So Neon, they don't find anything from that smoke. It's been very fearful in some ways from Neon, but at the same time, they still feel like they need to make things happen.
And they're also getting close to their BKBs, so I don't think they want to fully commit to a team fight.
Right.
Road of Atos now done on a Bloodseeker, so that's going to help out with setting up the Blood Right. Great against the Storm Spirit. Also, like, good setup for the Shackle overall. So BKB done on Ursa. Ember Spirit needs 600 more gold. But there's also like a couple of big items coming out on Fnatic. Blink Dagger about to be done on a Centaur. Storm Spirit also going towards the BKB. Still needs quite a lot of gold, but BKB will be done on Io. I think that's the timing. Get a Blink Dagger on a Centaur. Get that BKB on Io.
Oh, lightning silence, and now the hook shot coming in onto Moon. Avoids the power shot, but he's got the Spirit Vest on him. He'll go to the ball lightning TP out attempt. Successful with that, but now DJ, Earth Splitter, good with the Rupture and the Shackle shot, so DeVille actually gets credit for that one. We'll use the Stampede. They're trying
this
to
could be a
cut it
four-man
down.
stun.
Oh, stun comes in only on the 2. Blood right in. They stunned up the Centaur. And with the Sunray on Dejanuel, they get the kill with the BKB being popped by Natsumi. Well, Masaros, he's got help, and that's from Raven tethering him up and keeping him healthy.
Oh, they were stacking. They were stacking so hard. Thought is gonna hit all of the heroes because he was getting real close with the Stampede.
You think Masaros was just spotting
Masaros
it,
was like, oh yeah, it's one of those feel-good moments. This is gonna make me famous. So no BKB on Ursa. Ember Spirit just finished his BKB. Are they actually going inside the pit or trying to wrap around? Yeah, it's a wrap around. I was like, no way they're gonna go into Roche without BKB on Ursa. So wrap around, Moon gets caught.
They've got him caught for now. They've got the silence, but Raven's in. BKB's been popped by Yopaj. Sleight of Fist with the Remnant, still trying to get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. The hook shot ends up missing. And well, now Yopaj has to leave. He's low on health. The ball lightning comes in. The turnaround from Moon, maybe. Low on health, but still has mana to work with. Neon trying to leave this as Masaros has the Blink Dagger available to maybe cut some ground down.
Oh, he dodged it. He dodged Road of Atos. Would definitely be a kill there. So Fnatic's lineup is really good at going in and out, resetting multiple times. You can see the power of Io, just healing the Storm Spirit, then the Sunray, counter-initiating with the ET and the Centaur. So what they need to do is just try to bait, possibly, force BKBs, and then take a fight.
We'll see if that's the way they continue to play this. Neon, is it the lack of commitment at times? Like obviously Yopaj is committing there, but the rest of the team felt maybe a little hesitant to go in, like especially once that hookshot misses.
Once the hookshot missed, they're like, bail. It's time to go back. Possibly try to catch off Storm Spirit. They had a vision on him because of the thirst. Bloodseeker was zooming in and out. Had like 700 move speed, but it was still not enough. Game on pausing.
Going ready. GWR. Still a 6K lead for Fnatic, one that they've kind of held pretty much the last 5 minutes or so. Smoke used here by Fnatic. They're coming around. They want to make something happen. As Blink as well as the stun onto the Clockwork. Natsumi has got his BKB, but Yule's up into the air. Now we'll pop that BKB. Goes after Masaros. They're going to get help from Dabil. He's right by these trees.
Oh, good
Gets
egg.
it with the shackle. The egg is out, but it's not going to explode in time. It does force them over to the other side of the lane. Fnatic, are they going to continue to move on this? Shackle hits again. That's on a Raven, but the ball landing onto the back lines. They get the kill on a Dabil. They'll take it a second. They've got the blood right down with BKB being popped by Raven. Yopaj, he's got a BKB if he wants to make a move on this. Playhard coming over from the side. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with on this Bloodseeker, but now Yule's up into the air as the Phoenix. There's the Rod of Atos. Jabs low. Hit with the rocket flaring, killed off by Yopaj.
Thought Storm Spirit is just going to jump immediately after the egg, try to pull off one target, but he was very hesitant there. Did not want to use it at all, even though he had the Arcane Rune in the bottle. So I'd say this is a decent trade for Neon. Like, they're popping their BKBs, but they're also getting more kills.
Cutting into that lead. Neon now only down to 4,000. So we'll see if Neon can continue this trend. Looking to make something happen as they posture towards mid. If Neon win another fight, potentially they could just go Roche, right?
Yes, you have Ursa, but there's also a tier 1 tower, there's an outpost, a TP2. Could be a bit tricky with the buybacks.
Right.
Fnatic doesn't necessarily need to just go in, straight up team fight them. They have much better pick-off than Neon. With the Storm Spirit, Relocate, Stampede to close the gap, Blink Dagger initiation. They should probably use that, like just the setup with the Storm Spirit, going in, Relocate, get one guy out, play 4 versus 5, and it's going to be much, much easier. They don't necessarily need to hold hands together.
Radiant are scanning.
Raven going into a Sanj before he picks up that heart. Jabs, he's got that Yules going Heaven's Halberd. That will be a big pickup for him. Still, though, Neon setting up near the pit. Rocket Flare flies over the pit and spots this illusion of Masaros. Yopaj is closing in on an
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Natsumi going for the Blink Dagger after picking up that Basher. So things are starting to come together for Neon. Is this a power point for Neon where Fnatic have to be scared?
I wouldn't say so. Like, their late game is super strong. You have Io, Storm Spirit, ET Phoenix just feels good. Like, you have one of the best egg defenders besides, like, Earthshaker. So, looking really good. Phoenix going into Heaven's Halberd. Masaro's missing a stun.
Now Neon might want to bring it the other way as they'll go through. They've got the Rupture on a Masaros. Remnant forward from Yopaj. Looking over at DJ. Side of a Searing Chains coming out into the Elder Time with Moon popping the BKB and going into the Electric Vortex onto Dabil. They'll get that kill into the Windrunner. They lose Januel as well. DJ drops. That's 2 for 1. They've both bought back on the side of Neon. They're yet to buy back on the Elder Time. They're going after Natsumi, who's really low. Sunray burning him away. They get that kill on Natsumi. They look over at Januel again. They've got the root onto both the IO as well as this Phoenix, who continue to chase. Jabs trying to continue what he can do as he burnt out just the Ursa.
Arcane Rune on Storm Spirit, so like they can reset, possibly go in. Ursa does not have buyback. They already expended 2 buybacks. Masaro's getting caught.
Yeah, he's in trouble here with the Shackle, Battery Assault, Cogs around him, but here comes Raven and he's relocated in.
Here comes Ice Frog.
Yeah, this is Fnatic really starting to turn this one around. They got the kill into the clockwork once again with the ball ending coming up from Moon. They've got the Orchid onto the Ember. He was waiting for him after the slide. They'll get the kill onto the Ember. They'll take out Yopaj, and on the high ground, Dabil falls for the second time. 4 heroes gone without buyback on the side of Neon. Fnatic looking clean, and they will take a big lead in this game and potentially now claim their prize, which is Roche.
Yeah, great execution there from Fnatic. Storm Spirit waiting to see where Ember Spirit is. He knows BKB is down, and now with the 2 diebacks from Neon, they will secure the Roshan. I think you just give that to Storm Spirit. IO doesn't feel killable at the moment, and you know, Storm Spirit is just one of the best ones, if not the best Aegis carrier in the game.
Moon making some clutch moves in that last fight.
I want to see, you know, a bit more aggressive, like relocates.
Yeah.
Stun into relocate, pull into relocate, especially if BKBs are down. Like, Raven should not be afraid. He's super tanky, has that Sanj. I think it's full Kaya and Sanj, if I'm not mistaken. Can't see his courier.
I believe just
the Sanj, okay.
Sanj, yeah. And he's going into the heart. We'll see if he commits to the heart or if he makes it Sanj Kyle like you're thinking about. They catch Dabil once again. Ball lightning in with the Vortex. Does land a shackle, but it's not going to matter.
You had your warning.
That's Dabil dying 3 times in the last, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah, there's no real item progression after picking up that Spirit Vessel. Sadly, he doesn't even have a charge on it, so needs to be able to live, get a kill, get that Spirit Vessel charge, reduce healing coming out from IO. They're just tanking up. I love the itemization from Fnatic in this game. Centaur going for Heart next, IO going for Heart. Just survive through initial burst, like first shackle, first hook shot, the BKBs from Ember and Ursa, reset with a lot of the healing and then go back in again.
It's been really difficult for Neon and Fnatic have set up to just survive, like you said. I mean, these hearts are going to come out for Centaur as well as IO, and like, what are you going to do? How do you kill these heroes? How do you kill Raven? That's been the question of the game. He's 4-0-12.
Yeah, Raven's positioning has been pretty much amazing, not just for himself, but also saving the teammates. I said the thing about, you know, using relocates, more aggressive, but maybe he is, you know, I'm playing a core, I do not want to overextend, commit too hard, possibly get myself in trouble, so I can understand that.
Haste.
Dire's middle tower is under
Smoke
attack.
play from Fnatic. See if they can find anybody. They're on the opposite side of the map of where Neon are at the moment. Moon showing mid for a split second. He's holding on to a haste rune. They're going to come across. They're going to meet. They're not too careful. Moon forward on this one. Side of Fist Searing Chains. Jabs in an interesting position. That is a point-blank hook shot that does end up missing. They've got the Sunray as well as the Supernova onto the high ground. Yopaj trying to right-click this one away. Januel, he's the first one to drop on the side of Neon, and Supernova goes off. But play hard gone as well. Yopaj trying to fight. His BKB's going to run out in just a minute. They get the kill on Natsumi. They take out the Ursa and look over at Yopaj. Sunray trying to TP. Can anybody
There's
stop
the relocate.
There's the relocate that you were asking for. You get it. And just like that, Yopaj gets it.
Man, Jabs
in the grave.
did such a great job. Uses dive to get on side of a hill. And then Sunrays, 3 people, they're like, yeah, we need to do something about this Phoenix. Amber goes in, needed 2 more hits to finish off the egg. But, you know, Ember Spirit just doesn't have that much attack speed. And, yeah, I believe this game is pretty much over at this point. They just can't kill any of the heroes. There's still Storm Spirit with the Aegis. It's just too much sustain. Heroes are too tanky.
Yeah, they really have had it's felt like they've been stuck at like 10 for such a long time on Neon. They haven't gotten anything done just yet in terms of...
Yeah, I can feel the same, you know. Mentally, I've been stuck at 10 for pretty much my whole life.
But I'm not the only one. Januel ends up going down to Raven, who's unstoppable. 19k lead here for the side of Fnatic, and they go for the tier 4s. This is looking pretty simple and done here for Fnatic. They just got to close the book on it, which shouldn't be all too hard. Ball lightning in with the Vortex. BKB gets popped, but they've got the bashes coming through in a Moon. Can they get the kill on this Storm? No, they can't. The Stampede gets committed. Moon still sitting here with an Aegis, so he's got 2 lives to work with. DJ gets a little bit low, but the BKB being popped by Yopaj, and now TPing out. They'll escape the hands of Fnatic for now, but, well, Fnatic, they haven't exactly left the base, so he's going to have to rely without that BKB to try and make something happen on this Ember. Right clicks coming in from Natsumi, or out of Atos as well as the Blood Right down.
It's just a chip damage at this point.
They regen immediately.
They cannot... I would be surprised if they get a kill on one hero until this game ends. Because Centaur sitting at 4,000 HP. Let's see the zip.
Yeah, Ball Lightning as well as the Vortex coming in. They've got the silence onto the Ember. The hookshot comes through onto the Storm. The Shackle connects the Centaur onto the Storm. So for right now, they need to be a little bit careful. But they get the kill into Yopaj. They'll take him out. He's gone without buyback. 60 seconds on the sidelines. And they're going to play through this, it looks like, and try to stop it. But it doesn't look likely. And as I say that, I eat my words as GG is called. And Fnatic take game number 1 over Neon in what is the biggest series of the DPC right now.
Yeah, very clean execution coming out from Fnatic. They knew their timings. They were kind of toying with Neon, I would say.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they understood what the timing was. They got the BKB on IO. Like, they get a Sanj on top of that, so much healing amplification. They understand, like, if we can go in, kill up one person, reset, go back to full HP. Also, like, they didn't have, like, the real egg hitter. There's Ursa, don't get me wrong, Bloodseeker gets some extra attack speed, but the way these eggs were placed, like, they didn't give him any chance to kill the egg.
Yeah, I don't think they killed an egg once. I mean, there was one time when Yopaj was trying to kill it by himself.
Maybe twice, but yeah, just like, it's a good trade still for them, If you commit 2 buybacks, egg dies, the rest of the team is just going to clean up.
Yeah, they just really didn't have egg hitters. They didn't really have anything to break through just the sustain from Fnatic, and Fnatic end up taking game number 1. So to break it down a little bit more, we got ourselves 3 handsome fellas over on the panel. Throw it back over to you guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you're playing against Fnatic. You don't ban IO because you can counter it. You lose to the IO. We've heard this story many times across many different teams with many different outcomes, but always the same conclusion. Ban IO, just ban the IO. But also, it wasn't a very well put together draft from Neon, and we really saw that coming into effect in the game, didn't we?
Yeah, they tried many times to pick off the Storm, never really managed to do so. It's just so hard to play against Storm when you have no reliable lockdown really. And I mean, just the entire draft, we said it looked very wonky and played out to be very wonky.
I have a feeling that they did have a good plan early on. Yeah. Like, they had the draft that's all about early aggression. They kill off the Storm next to the tier 1 mid lane, then they try to go into the jungle to stop the Wisp from farming those stacks. But by the time they invade, Wisp already has Helm of Dominator, and then you really can't make these aggressive movements anymore. The itemization on their side as well looked alright. Like, you had that early Battle Fury on Ursa with the Ancient stacks, you had the Vessel buying Wind Ranger for the Wisp. But the whole synergy of the draft, the whole idea behind it with the Atos on Bloodseeker just isn't there really. No one deals with the egg, no one deals with the Wisp. It's so easy to play Wisp versus Ursa too, and this has been demonstrated. You force him to pop his ulti just with spirits, just with Wisps.
Yeah, and you can kite him so easily, of course. With that Helm of the Dominator creep, you can just fly around the fight at ridiculous move speed. And yeah, I mean, to me, this Bloodseeker felt like a really weak pick from Neon, and this is coming from a Bloodseeker fanboy. I always find as many reasons as I can to like the hero, but I just don't know what it really gave them in this game. Like, they didn't have the lockdown for the Storm. He goes to the Atos. Storm's like, okay, well, I can dodge that, Moon is more than good enough to not care about Atos in these team fights. That's exactly what we saw. He ended up using it on Centaur, like, 9 times out of 10, he was just Atosing the Centaur to keep him in the science. Like, it was super underwhelming. I'm not sure what the idea was behind this Neon draft. There was a point where I thought they could do it, but then there was that Roche fight, and that one Roche fight just turned the game on its head. They buy back on 2 heroes, still try and take the fight, but unfortunately they still just hemorrhage away their lead. Well, not even their lead, but their momentum, which they were trying to gain at the point, and then they crumble.
Yeah, I mean, they picked the Bloodseeker in response to the Phoenix, right? You get the attack speed, sounds very nice in theory. Doesn't really execute that well against Elder Titan, all that stuff. You want to rupture the IO, like stop him from moving around so fast. But we saw it. They ruptured him. 3 heroes were attacking him, and he just beat all 3 heroes by himself. It's not that easy, you know. Theoretically, maybe, but like practically, nah.
I've been talking to a lot of players about this Centaur pick, and we don't see him very often because no one can itemize him properly. Some items like Vanguard before aren't necessarily as good on him, and you feel very weak in the mid game. Masaros went for the Blade Mail into Hood, had discussion in the green room with Black as well. It looks very solid. It looks like a decent approach. But when you have a Wisp behind you, and you don't necessarily have to initiate, you're just waiting for the aggression. That looks solid.
I just want to say, I feel if we had another off-laner, other than Centaur, they would still have crushed them.
Yep.
It's just Centaur, that game kind of showcased why he's not picked more. Like, he was very rich, but his teamfight impact was
minimal.
Like, you tank a couple of spells, but you don't really do anything else.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like they just love having a hero which builds heart with the IO. They love having that
double
double
heart.
heart thing. They love it. They really do. Like, this is something which, you know, it sounds like a meme, but they're going for it. And Raven, the IO, is of course going to be the carry for this first game, and he will be the MVP as well. You know, just this guy on his IO, it just looks so unstoppable. It really, really does look super good. So we are going to send it over to a break. That's going to be it for the first game, but we do have the second game just around the corner. So stick with us as we'll be back very shortly with game number 2 of Neon Esports vs Fnatic here in the DPC SEA.
just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
I got you.
Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Change your brain.
Hello and welcome back to the DPC SEA region. My name is Nomad and join me on the panel is Lizard and Black to get into game number 2 of Neon Esports versus Fnatic. Game number 1, not quite the close tug of war arm wrestle match we would have liked, but game number 2, maybe that one will deliver. I mean, we already talked about what Neon did wrong. Let's talk about what Fnatic did right.
They drafted well.
They drafted very well,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
they?
it. Like,
That's
sometimes
actually
our
it.
job is
Yeah.
very simple.
Oftentimes, actually.
Oftentimes, yeah.
We just like to
Alright.
complicate it so we sound smarter. We're
Absolutely.
actually pretty intelligent.
Very, very. You
Well-
don't really see it on the first or on the second or maybe even on the third, but very.
Very intelligent. Well, you can also be intelligent if you so desire by getting a Secret Lab chair. It's the smartest choice for your chairs at home. Secret Lab are, of course, the official chair partner of the PGL SEA League. So grab yourself a Secret Lab chair. Guys, game number 2. What do you want to see from Neon Esports? And don't just say a better draft.
More improved.
A sophisticated
sophisticated.
draft. Like, there were like
No,
the
you said the
little
draft too early, man. We need to expand it.
sophisticated.
Give me some heroes. What do you want to see Neon play?
I want to see them play on these more cognitive, synergized, optimized for their own play style.
Have you got a
kind of
thesaurus
heroes.
under there you're not showing us?
No, for real. I really want to see Neon go back to the basics, go back to what they've drafted before.
Pick stuns.
Pick stuns, pick heroes
Yeah.
that are easy to execute, pick heroes that are able to pressure towers and also catch. There are many drafts that we have seen throughout this league from Neon that had all of these things. And not only from this league, like 2 days ago, they played decent drafts. They had some OD mid, they would have some Beastmaster offlane or something that can push, right? Like, just optimize it a little bit better. Don't pick something that we expect maybe in the first week of the league when everyone is kind of figuring out the meta. That didn't look great from them, really.
No, it was a disappointing showing, that's for sure, but hopefully Neon can turn up into this series in game number 2. But yeah, I mean, that was their quickest defeat of the tournament so far, so bad signs for them, as this is like the first game they've lost a game. The first time they've lost a game in under 45 minutes.
The silver linings for Neon, however, even though their draft was really bad, they still managed to make some plays. They didn't look like they're completely out of it throughout the game.
Yeah.
Like, you could see that their inevitable demise because of no catch for the Storm and whatnot.
Look at Raven. He looks like a crazy professor.
He's cosplaying IO with like the tendrils.
And the reflection in the glasses, you know, like
I think
full
he just
anime
had
mode.
shower. That's
Full
it.
anime mode.
It's full anime mode.
Yeah, he felt so dirty after that IO game that he had to go and jump in the shower immediately, just get that
What do you
IO
think-
filth off him.
What will the increase of Dragonite and Mirana players be after the anime?
It's already went up. It already went up.
It's already went up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think by like 2 or 3% already.
Oh, there you go.
Dragon Knight, yeah. You always want to be the protagonist, right? Yeah. Protagonist always wins in the end.
Do you think we're going to get any tie-ins? You know, maybe some anime skins? Well, you know, not anime skins, but like, you know,
That look like the anime.
representing the anime.
And maybe you'll get to see Dragon Knight's actual face for once. Because every cosmetic he has is a huge helmet.
Yeah, he has a huge helmet, or he has one of those like snowboarding or skiing
Visors, yeah.
visors or something like.
And
can't
sometimes
see
he's
it.
bald completely.
Yep,
You
yep.
see nothing.
Hell, I love it when he renders without anything on, without any of his clothes on, and you just
Yeah.
see his like bald head and it's
And like, he
like,
just goes to like
yeah,
ready to punch you.
yeah.
All right,
Dota's
Like the
great.
naked axe.
back to the
Pangle
seriousness
here.
of the DPC League. Pango here
Indubitably.
picked up by Neon.
Stuns.
Stuns, control, good laner, very flexible pick. Already, I love it.
Okay,
And it sets
Neon
up
won.
for an amazing Coddle pick, by the way, which they love playing. Just want to get that call in nice and early, but Fnatic, they go with the Enigma.
Yeah, this might make you reconsider the Kotl or the Crystal Maiden pick. It's still Kotl plus Pango. I think it's the most contested combo of heroes in SCA. They also have the highest win rate together. The second one is Puck and Phoenix, but you might reconsider that here because some Winter Wyvern might be better. Something that goes through the BKB to stop Enigma later on.
Isn't Enigma not that good against Pango? The
Because
Swashbuckler
of the
just
Basher?
destroys.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the
of
Swashbuckler.
course, late game, yeah, of course, because of the Basher, but even laning phase, the Swashbuckler just kills the Eidolon super easily.
It could be a 5 Enigma though as well. We have seen
Then it would
that.
be even worse though, because then you get even less levels, and you are faced against the Pangoli 100%.
The thing with position 5 Enigma, even though you're pressured by your Eidolons are dying and whatnot, you're still messing up the lane equilibrium and they can
Yeah.
never really pressure the carry.
It's
because of
very
that.
greedy though.
Yep.
And we have seen Neon really punish greedy lineups before.
And so far from Fnatic, we have only seen Enigma on the 4 and
3.
on 3. So we will see. Enigma in the recent weeks has been transitioned into that position 5, but
Yeah.
probably 4 or off lane for Fnatic.
Yeah. But
Seems
both
most
of
likely.
them had rough games on Enigma so far.
Yeah.
Both
Well-
Japs and Masaros both had very rough games on
Yeah,
Enigma.
and you know, DJ used to be pretty famous for his Enigma plays, right? So it could be very likely we see him on the 5. We know he's comfortable with it, and if he's done a bit of studying, a bit of homework, then he might have been seeing, how are they making this work? Oh, I
Will they
see.
take any... Oh, Ricky,
Interesting.
extremely early.
Yeah.
An early Richard.
You know how POS 5 Enigma works? You need to hope for a Philosopher's Stone so you can get your Blink and BKB. Actually, without Philosopher's Stone, I don't think it works.
My man, you just buy Medallion. You already have a lot of impact in the game.
Or you don't.
The Blink Dagger and BKB is great later on, but you're a 5. That's
You
the
are a
thing.
5, yeah. Enigma 5, like, who came up with that idea?
All right, let's talk about the Ricky pick, though, because this is a bit of a curveball. We don't usually see it in this first phase, but if there's any time you want to throw a curveball in the first phase, then it's definitely on that 4th pick, where you can then defend it with a few bans. So firstly, what's Ricky aiming to achieve? And secondly, what are you expecting them to ban to defend the pick?
Or is he aiming to achieve Battle Fury Aghanim's?
No,
Blink
I mean, what
Dagger,
does he
yeah.
achieve in the draft? Like,
Oh,
you're,
in
you're
the
being
draft.
you're being obtuse.
Sorry, in the draft, I mean, he is decent against Pango. You can jump on him before he gets the spells off. Elder Titan doesn't like to play against Ricky also, because you can never stun him, and you can't ult him either. Like, you're just super good against both these heroes they have. But as you said, it's very early.
It's an extremely early Ricky pickup, which might get punished by Neon and Fnatic right
Lycan.
now. Yeah, so for me, Lycan, we have seen. Was it TNC yesterday that crushed with
T1.
the T1? Yeah, they crushed, but they also played in a very.
That wasn't really a
that
game.
wasn't really a game. It was an offlane Lycan as well. Ricky, in my opinion, can do well versus Lycan if he finds his items early enough.
I mean, he can, but he does need like about 10k net worth to do that. But of course, after that, you're very good. It's just Lycan before that has so much of a power timing, where Ricky just doesn't do anything to you.
And it's so crazy, this Lycan in the first 2 weeks, picked or banned 100% of the time.
And now it's not anymore.
Completely fallen off.
Yeah. But it's still just as strong. That's why we see sometimes when it's picked as like this 8th pick, it just completely dominate games.
Yeah.
It's always like that with heroes, right? Like they super popular and they fall off for whatever reason, and then some team picks them. Oh yeah, it's actually
the
pretty broken.
Except Puck.
circle of yeah, I mean,
Except Puck and OD maybe.
every single broken hero, is it truly broken? You know after a few weeks, because every single team tries to experiment and tries to figure out different answers to them. Lycan, I believe, has been figured out in many different ways. That's the problem for him. Even though he's strong, you can pick Tidehunter that completely punishes him in the lane, and later on you can stop his pushes with just sitting there with Vlad's anchor smashing his advances. There's also different ways later on with different position 4 and 5s to mess with him a little bit. We've seen some teams pick Wyvern too, so
Yep.
which doesn't always work, but it's an option.
OD still in the pool.
Yeah, we're seeing ODs kind of being ignored a little bit a lot of the time.
Feels a lot more prevalent in the SEA region than other regions.
Yeah, and the Alk ban. You seem befuzzled.
Neon
Lizard.
played it. Neon played OD twice even. Alpan, yeah, that's a little bit out there, a little bit different, especially this early on. But they could pick it as their second to last pick, and then you don't really have answers to it.
Yeah, I mean, Enigma is not the strongest laner if you plan to put him 4 or even 5. Like, you can't really pressure an Elk. So in that sense, the ban makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, could have been any ban really. I don't feel like Neon is just gonna pick an Alchemist.
What about OD? Like you got there. Okay, it's an Earth Spirit.
It did not. It looked like OD. Yeah. There we go. No. He actually looks exactly like OD. Same colors.
Yeah. This looks right now. This looks like a position for Earth Spirit and an offlane Enigma, right? For Fnatic.
Could be a 5 Enigma.
Could be a 5 Enigma still, but if you're picking Earth Spirit, you're picking him most likely with heroes that can be left alone.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm kind of inclined to think that this Enigma will be on offlane played by Masaris.
Yeah, most likely. Mostly, it's Titan is pretty good against him, though, right? You get that extra damage.
You get some more damage from the Eidolons. That's true. As long as Earth Spirit prevents Titan from pulling, though, he can't use that damage because he can't really chase you under the tower that easily, and you'll always keep that equilibrium back. All right, Kotl Pango.
There it is. There it is.
Wait,
I called it.
Okay, so this should be a core Pangolier.
Yeah, they always do that.
Yeah, position 5 ET, position 4 Kotl.
Yeah, it's the build Kotl.
You need some backline jumpers. Again, I wouldn't mind a Storm here. It's pretty free Storm game again.
Yeah, no catch.
Ooh. Oh, no. There it is.
Twice in a row he calls the same thing. I mean, why not? Because they have no catch. And Storm Spirit really is in that spot in which he feels like... But by the way, OD might be an option for Neon.
OD is good. However, OD is also quite scared of the Storm Orchid timing. Because you can actually solo kill him quite easily until you get your BKB. Did you go Ember again?
Again, same thing.
Wow.
They picked it into the Storm this time.
Wow. So, wow. I mean, I'm kind of...
The overall draft is a lot better, though. Like
yeah.
They do have a much better early game. So they can get away, like, they can like shackle him into like an Echo Stomp, into the Pango rolling on, you know? So they have way better ways of dealing with him. But still, it's a very brave pick. Because the lane is not that good.
I like the Pango instead of the Bloodseeker quite a bit more for Neon. And what was the 5 in the last game? I like the Kotl instead of the... What did they have? Wind Ranger?
Wind Ranger 4, yeah.
4. I like the...
And Elder Titan instead of... What did they have 5 last game? I don't remember. They had no impact.
Clockwork.
Clockwork, yeah.
I wouldn't mind Clock, but yeah, this draft from Neon looks much better, much more solid.
It looks much better.
They still need cash, though.
Yeah, but Fnatic, I feel, still has the upper hand right now, especially with that Storm. Quite a scary
Storm
pick
strong
again.
pick, yeah. And that Spirit's Mutations into mid could be a game changer here as well.
Yeah, you see Fnatic just banning out these ultra late games right now with the Medusa ban.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic does have a severe lack of damage right now. But at the same time, Neon's draft is very squishy, so that won't really come into effect. That's why they ban out the Medusa.
I really feel... Legion Commander actually banned out. So Neon does not understand if this is...
A 5 or 3.
5 or 3 on Enigma. They're kind of expecting either.
You know, I feel like against Storm, you always want to have a hero, especially if it's revealed that early, that can build an Orchid, because it makes Storm feel very uncomfortable.
Yep.
Until that BKB, you're actually very fragile, and you don't want to build duels on Storm. And it just feels very bad if you have just one shackle. Like
Searing Chains,
Searing
and that's
Chain,
it, into Rolling Thunder, right? That's all you've got.
Not an easy combo.
At least some offlaner that... actually, you can't pick offlane, you have the Pango. What do you go on safe?
I mean, you have a carry. I mean, their anti-mage is pretty damn good in this game. Against Enigma, against Storm.
Yeah, and Ricky isn't built the same way in which he starts
he's not
rotating with
anymore.
Diffusal. He can't hunt you down.
They do ban the anti-mage.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, good ban.
Like, he's on it today, Chief.
Wow.
He has a direct line to Neon. I've seen their tweets.
Yeah. they said gym coach, though. I was a bit disappointed.
I mean, you spend as much time at the gym as you do here. So
that is true. This is my gym, actually. My mental gym.
Wow. Deep.
But yeah, what do they need? They need a safe lane that has some sort of disable. Ursa is not good. Ursa is not good. What else is there? Terrorblade. I mean, TV could potentially work with that Aghanim Scepter sometimes. It can really mess up a Storm's game if he jumps
These
in.
illusion heroes usually are also really good versus Ricky.
Yeah,
right?
but they're not that good against Enigma.
Yeah.
Because that Midnight Pulse really kills all these illusions fast. Faceless Void maybe. Phantom
PL.
Lancer.
Yeah, one of the illusion heroes. That's
But
pretty much
Ricky
it.
with the new item build is actually not bad against PL.
No, with the Ags and the Battle Fury, it can really tear through his illusions very
And
quickly.
Midnight
so-
Folds also, and Earth Spirit. I feel this is not a free PL game at all.
No, no. But I kind of feel like Neon aren't expecting it to be a free PO game. You know,
They needed something like this though.
Yeah, yeah. Like
I
their
was-
draft has many more ways they can win the game than last game. That's
I was
for
pretty
sure.
much thinking PL, Naga, or Terrorblade.
Yeah, one either here.
Yeah, one of those three. All of these three heroes are not actually that bad versus Enigma on the safe lane. You have a lot of armor. You aren't really pressured. If this is a position 3 Enigma, you aren't really pressured by the Eidolons as much.
Fnatic.
Yeah.
Okay, so they mixed
It
up.
is, yeah.
Yep.
It is what we initially
Oh,
called.
this is a
Good job,
brutal
team.
lane for PL.
Yeah, this is
Like-
much more difficult now.
Darkseer Earth Spirit actually crushes PL.
Yeah, this is Jabs will be on the Enigma as well, so so that means DJ is going to be on the Earth Spirit. Feels like we have 2 4s this game for Fnatic. Meanwhile, Neon Esports keeping it a little bit more grounded. But which draft do we prefer, and who do you think is going to take game 2, guys? And let me hear those
I
predictions.
feel like Neon is gonna have a big lack of damage in the mid game. When this Darkseer gets this like aura item plus Aghanim Scepter, it is just too tanky. And I think this Ricky PL matchup is not bad at all. I actually favor Ricky in that late game. And Storm again looks like a very free Storm game. So I'm gonna go with Fnatic again.
Yeah.
Fnatic, all right.
Storm is really the one that's completely shifting me to Fnatic's favor, but I like Neon's draft much more. Like that last draft, in comparison to the first draft.
It's much more complete. Like, you have a clear winning condition. This PL can, he just builds Hood, and gets his Diffusal. He can take over fights, for sure.
And we have talked about John Wall and his troll before.
Yeah.
He has to have as big of a performance this time around on that safe lane. Because
Titan.
he has that Astral Spirit to stop the Spirit and the Dark.
He does indeed, and I'm going to go for Neon. Actually, I think that they were close last game, closer than we realized, taking the game into their favor and possibly running away with it, but they were stopped. I think this game they have more answers. Now, just before we go across to our cards, we have, of course, get to give a shout out to our sponsors, Secret Lab, our official chair partners for this DPC league. So head over to the Secret Lab website if you're looking for a new gaming chair. And let's bring in our casters, Lacoste and B-Cop, to very quickly give us their thoughts on this game number 2.
Still gonna go with Fnatic. Not really convinced by the Phantom Lancer. It's Phantom Lancer into Ricky. Ricky just builds Battle Fury. Like, Battle Fury Ags just completely dumpster. Phantom Lancer, I thought they were gonna go with something maybe more with tower damage early on side of Neon. Because Ember doesn't deal tower damage. And the same thing happened in the previous game. They had nothing,
Alrighty.
so yeah.
And what say you, Ben?
I have the power of the third eye, something that you guys don't know. I usually just put makeup on to cover it up, and I use that power of the third eye to read into the future. And the future says Fnatic.
Alrighty, 4 Fnatic, 1 for Neon. Take it away, B-Cop and Lacoste for game number 2.
Here on game number 2, Neon Fnatic, like we said in the first game, it is a very big series for both these teams. Neon, I'm pretty sure, with a win, would have guaranteed
30 seconds to
the
battle.
top spot. But now if they end up losing this and Fnatic take it, things get jumbled at the top. They get real close, and I don't know. I'm a big fan of when it comes down to the wire like this. You watch a horse race, and they say it's a photo finish. That's like the most excitement. This is
It
kinda
was
like
so
a-
exciting that, we had to slow things down, see what happened. I never was, in football, a big fan of penalties, because someone's just going to get devastated in the end.
So you think that everything should be legal in a football game?
Sure.
Are we talking American football, or are we talking every other
Yeah,
country
American
but
football. That's the only
US?
football that exists, American football.
No, I was just asking.
No,
I
we're
wanted to
talking
clarify.
about soccer, what you called.
Oh, the soccer pitch. Yeah. No. There's a lot of fouls. There's a lot of falling and crying.
There's going to be a lot of falling, a lot of crying if we continue to talk about this, because some of us are going to get fired. But let's focus on the game. So top lane should be very, very good for Fnatic. We've seen some Darkseer in other regions. I don't think we have seen so far in the upper division of the Southeast Asia
Right.
Darkseer being picked. But this hero has a ton of potential, especially when he's paired up with the Earth Spirit. This is like an old school combo that you can always make it work. John Well so far doing a good job, just landing some right clicks against the Masaros. But once Darkseer starts to get levels, it becomes tough. You know, Darkseer should, and he always finds farm. One thing about Darkseer is, you know, he doesn't necessarily pressure the enemy's safe lane that much, but he gets the farm most of the time. It's the trade. When he's paired up with the Earth Spirit, there is kill potential. I want to see the item build, what's it going to be on Natsumi's Phantom Lancer this game. Looks like a really good hood game against the Earth Spirit, against the Darkseer, like you build it fast, against the Storm Spirit, because this is... He already has a ring, you know. He knows that he has the sustain in this lane against the harassment coming out from the Ion Shell, from the Earth Spirit, so I would love to see, like, just a rush on the hood.
So we'll see if Natsumi can get that rush completed. Misaros, I know it's not going to happen, but I always want it to happen in Darkseer
One Punch
games.
Man?
A little normal punch. Yeah, you can read my mind.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think everybody really wants the normal punch. Although I feel like it's the most bland name out there. Normal punch. It could
Could be, you know, a decent punch, superior punch, awesome punch, but yeah, I
Hyper
go with
speed
just a
punch.
mediocre punch.
Yeah. So Masaros is doing all right, 6-0. But I mean, right now Natsumi, he's killing it. 14-0, really not missing CS much, and he's happy where he's at. So we'll see how that lane kind of evolves. As over bottom, Debil here with Play Hard. This is something that when we were off screen, you were talking about the Coddle Pango. You thought it was going to be Pango Coddle opener. It ended up being Coddle a little bit later, but still, you know, this is like you were talking about double swashbuckle possibilities. Like,
It's so strong.
so much damage.
It's not just, you know, damage, it's also a disarm mid lane. Let's see who's rotating. DJ is there, possibly with the roll.
The roll comes in,
Kick.
that's going to land. This TP seems a little bit late from the Elder Titan, and First Blood comes in for Misaros, because not only did this Earth Spirit rotate, but he rotated with an Ion Shell on him.
So Masaros, the big winner. He's like, I'm not even there. This is something that Darkseer plus Nyx Assassin were doing quite a lot. Like once Nyx Assassin gets level 6, you use Ion Shell on him, he moves around, gets the kill. Love this type of rotation where if you rotate with just running there, like I don't think you get a kill. You could possibly be seen by the wards. And Darkseer is also one of the offlaners that love to get solo experience. Jabs on the bottom. Oh, it does not connect. Illuminate misses.
Illuminate misses. Raven sitting low. He's passed over his salve. Debil's been a thorn in the side of this Enigma, just constantly using that Illuminate on these Eidolons. Yeah, cleaning him up and getting some CS out of that, getting some gold. Not too bad, but you know, it's to the tune of a 1K lead right now already for Neon.
A Phantom Lancer is getting a lot. Also paying Galir.
Dire are scanning.
Jabs, hiding in the trees, but yeah,
hiding well
will
enough.
go down.
It's only a level 1 Illuminate coming in to get that kill on to Jabs. Debil had been putting the pressure onto this Enigma quite a bit. Finally gets the kill for it. DJ slept up towards top. Masaros just here with the Ion Shells, trying to keep Januel away. But the right click's coming through onto
Januel
DJ.
needs to be careful.
Extra 129 health, DJ. He's going to be dropped here by Natsumi. Not respecting the damage coming out from this Elder Titan. Not at all.
Good start from Phantom Lancer. That's exactly what the Neon needs, because Phantom Lancer is their win condition here. He needs to be able to pop off in this game so far, having a free farm, getting a kill. Already has that power treads. I talked about the Hood. Want to see what he
Radiant's
queues up
middle
next.
tower is under attack.
If you can get like away with the Diffusal Blade into Hood, that also sounds good.
Right.
Because you get more farm, of course, with the Diffusal Blade. You can always join fights. You threaten a kill, but needs to be careful with the positioning. You know, once you get that Diffusal Blade, you feel very strong, but you do not want to overcommit, possibly die.
Order smash. Natsumi, he had avoided the original roll with the Doppelganger. Again, Elder Titan
Radiant's bottom
TPing
tower is under
just to
attack.
help out a little bit. Neon still comfortable in these lanes. Natsumi, if you were to drop, that could be pretty devastating, though. Give an opportunity to Masaros to really pop off. He's gone to a bottle as well. So you've got Bottle in the mid and the off lane here for Fnatic.
And no surprise there, Dark Surge just consumes a ton of mana. You're speedy enough with the Surge to try to pick up the runes. And you need that health regen, you need that mana regen. Hero just consumes a lot of resources. Bottom lane, play hard level 5. He also has that bottle. Raven, power treads, going into Battle Fury. Just a casual standard build on the most carries these days, like Ursa, Monkey Kings, even Trolls. Like that's the item build. Battle Fury just feels so strong at the moment.
And it's being built quite a lot, like you said, and we'll see how quickly he can get into the Battle Fury. So both teams do elect to go for the off-lane mid bottles. I've been a big fan of this. And for the moment, just about 7 minutes in, PL's got quite the lead. I mean, just Natsumi, and he is going to go for the defusal. Looking like he is doing what you said. Defuse a hood.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned, like, it looks like a really good hood game. If he gets defusal first, timing is...
With the Vortex in the roll, going after Januel. They'll get the kill. DJ gets credit for that with Boulder Smash, though Januel does get an Observer Word before he dies.
Missed timing sometimes in Dota on the items could just lose you the game. And you're playing into like Storm Spirit, which you want to burn his mana. Now he's in the jungle, which I really like, so he gets a lot more. Bottom lane.
Bottom, low and gone. DJ with another one. They're going to go for play hard. Tricks of the trade. Wing strike forward and
can he
still
disarm
making
him?
The jump. Trying to get that kill onto the Pangolier.
I'm a big fan of Orb of Corrosion on Ricky. Like, it delays your Battle Fury timing by a bit, but if you get a kill or two, it's paid off. So just the minus armor works so well with your attack speed, with your damage. Quick pause by Yopaj, just disconnecting.
We've seen a bit of disconnects from Neon. I wonder if that's playing into this at all.
Could have some connection issues, definitely. But he's back right away.
Back on into it. So we'll see if Neon can kind of keep on this. At least on the lead that they've got so far, still sitting at about 1,000 net worth. And again, Moon on this Storm, Kaya BKB.
He just loves that Kaya.
No Orchid this time around, though.
Yeah, something we don't usually see. I don't think I've seen that kind of a build across other regions.
I want to know if this... I don't
BKB is fine. You know, they have no BKB piercing abilities against the mana burn. It's going to work great.
Think about the Rolling Thunder play hard. Taking a lot of damage. Just gets into the Rolling Thunder. Trying to get that bottle off. Bounces back and into the air again and again
what
and again.
What a baller,
Jabs.
Man. If he gets this kill, he's earned my respect.
Wow. With a sliver of health, pulls it off.
This is something that I would do. It's not a good trade, but, you know, I love the aggressiveness.
Yopaj goes top, looking over Masaros. He does have a level 2 Surge to work with, trying to get some distance. Remnant, though, keeping up with Masaros. Vacuum back. It's a chase that Yopaj and Januel end up giving up on.
Darks are super tanky. With the hood, a couple of bottle refills, and he's going into Aghanim Scepter, which gives you 2 Ion Shell charges. Increases duration by 20 and provides 350 health. Like, it doesn't heal, so that's kind of a, you know, it would be OP if it just heals for 350.
Right.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So cutting into this lead and now making it about even. Moon just under the tier 1 tower, keeping these creeps away, trying to put some pressure on and eventually take it out. He's got an Arcane Ring, he's got Bottle, like we said, going Kaya BKB. Magnetize, that comes through on a Zabiel. They've got the damage, they should kill off this Kato before he's able to TP out, and they do so. Little damage picked up for Yopaj and activated. Now, Searing Chains, but there's the blink forward from Raven, trying to make something happen. Geomagnetic Grip, roll, that misses Yopaj. Swashbuckle's not going to come through and do anything. Januel is dead to Moon, and a TP away from DJ, but not in time. They have the Searing Chains, they have the Rolling Thunder, both of which hit DJ and take him out.
Still a very good trade for Fnatic there. Enigma needs some levels. Right now he's at the bottom lane, only level 4. So this Enigma will really not shine in this game. Is he bringing a tome? Yes, he is. So that's going to get him closer to level 6. With this creep wave, should be able to get level 6. And yeah, Ricky rotated to the top lane. It's just carry-to-carry matchup. I'm worried for Neon because Ricky, once he gets the Aghanim Scepter Battle Fury, like I don't think Phantom Lancer gets to play the game. They don't have the silences against Ricky. They don't have a leash mechanic. They have one root mechanic, and that's it.
There could be potential trouble there. And Black Hole committed, but the Illuminate.
Yeah, we'll pretend that didn't happen. Like there was no one TPing. Not sure what the plan was.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roll in. And there's the Geomagnetic Grip with Boulder Smash coming through onto the Ember. Swashbuckle thrown forward with the Illuminate. They've got the Searing Chains on a move for a second with the Ball and Lightning committing all the way over for Yopaj. Not a lot of men to work with here for Moon. He gets the kill on Yopaj, but he might be giving up his own life for this one and will to Natsumi. So aggressive play coming out from Fnatic that bites them a bit.
Mid for mid trade, it's all good if Ricky is getting the farm.
Radiant's bottom tower
I like that.
Attack.
Like Raven has
Ironwood tree
recipe.
queued up. Yeah, like I just want to get that.
Well, it wasn't even the neutral item; it was the recipe.
Dire's middle tower.
You're correct.
Like, how did he pull that
well,
off?
This man knows some tricks. Someone from Val will, you know, want to talk to him about this after the game.
It would have been scary if he was able to still queue up like Trident.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You can queue up neutral items. Like, I knew that, but I didn't know you can queue up a recipe for something that doesn't exist.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, Trident's not in the rotation.
I knew
right
they
now,
had a
so.
vac, you know. I'm talking about vacuum, but didn't know they had a real vac. Because Ricky, you know, there's the Ironwood tree. Not queued up anymore. Has it in his neutral slot item.
There we go. Putting some pressure onto the tier 1 over mid. Yopaj, Natsumi focused in on this. Couple illusions spotting out near Spirit. I'm back to 1K lead for Neon. It's keeping it close, but a lot of space for sure right now being built for this Ricky.
Wait, what?
Who is...
What am I seeing? Ember Spirit going for Blade Mail. Blade Mail got nerfed. Like, it's a very costly item, and it gives you a false sense of security on Ember Spirit.
Ooh, they just double smoked.
So yeah, you can if they double smoke, like you can't get revealed until you get the first hit. Just kidding, doesn't work that way. It's a mistake, and you know, it's pretty costly one. Like when you think about the smoke, yeah, it doesn't cost that much gold, but the cooldown is pretty long. So.
Darkseer coming up, and ball laning with the Vortex. They're going through on a play hard. Meanwhile, they've got the dust that hits onto the Ricky. Tricks of the trade, getting the smoke cloud down. Now surviving for a moment. Natsumi chasing, Earth Splitter coming in. They get the kill on the Raven, so they're going to trade play hard for Raven at the moment. Masaros and DJ trying to run away, as well as the TP out from the Storm. So they're going to let DJ die, who gets a 4-man silence with the Geomagnetic Grip. But there's no follow-up to that. Black Hole still on cooldown, as well as just both these heroes, the Darkseer as well as the Storm, bailing on that fight.
Fnatic needs to slow the game down, try to get that Battle Fury up on Ricky. I've seen a couple of players making the same mistake with Ursa. Like, I'm not going to say they struggle, but there's a clear difference between carry from Neon and carry from Fnatic in this game. More than 2k gold lead for Phantom Lancer already, so maybe he feels like, yeah, I need to go do something. He just needs to farm the Battle Fury, continue farming, get that Aghanim Scepter, because once again, carry-to-carry matchup is just much, much better for you. So don't try to force things when you should not. On the other side, like Natsumi, doing a very, very good job. Love his itemization, already said that. The Fusel Blade into Hood pretty much feels unkillable at the moment. Getting Yasha into Heart to just tank up all the illusions. So yeah, looking really good.
Fusel Hood, Yasha Heart, things for Natsumi really lining up. And Raven eventually going to get this Battle Fury. It's pretty slow at the end of the day. And, well, 15.5 with treads.
It's going to be like 16. Once he
is it
uses
that
the
bad?
courier, it's okay-ish. Not great, not too bad, you know, but he can still catch up.
It's middle of the pack. We'll give him that.
DJ's getting a lot of farm on Earth Spirit. Like, he has almost full Spirit Vessel, a lot of overtime damage. Like with Midnight Pulse, they should have like enough to deal with the Phantom Lancer and the illusions. Like we already said, Storm's going for a different kind of item build, getting Kaya into BKB to be able to just survive through initial burst. Cloud on Ember Spirit.
Yeah, silences up the Ember. Raven right near Moon to help him get away from this one.
So yeah, something that I talked about. Ember Spirit with Blade Mail against a lot of uncontrollable damage coming out from like Darkseer, Earth Spirit, so I can understand like Enigma. So he wants to be able to tank up the damage, but it's still a very costly item. Could easily like backfire with this kind of a build. Could be like, wow, man, this is so great. It's very risky.
Spirit Vessel for Earth Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now the Blink Dagger for Pango. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. I always say this. I'm sorry. I repeat myself a lot. Blink Dagger, Pango, big fan. Disrupting this team fight could be massive to finishing off Fnatic.
Yeah.
Because we saw, like, if they just had a little bit more disruption in that fight up towards top, that could have been it. That could have been, like, a massive difference maker where they wipe them. Or get on top of the Storm.
Fnatic doesn't have anything that can like stop Pango here except the Black Hole, so if Pango gets a Blink Dagger jump in the back lines, find Enigma, could be good. Jabs is trying to farm his Blink Dagger. It's a position 5 Enigma, so kind of hard to get the farm. It's very greedy. You can make it work if you get like 1-2 good fights. First Black Hole was used. They didn't get anything out of that, but yeah. So just continue farming, try to farm up a Blink Dagger. It's going to be much easier. Raven finished off his Battle Fury, working towards the Aghanim Scepter. Pretty standard build on Ricky these days. You don't have to build Agi items at all.
And then Darkseer, he's got 2 components of his own Ags getting built. So soon to have that Ag, soon to have 2 charges on the Ion Shell, the extra 350 health with it.
If Fnatic can just dodge fights until they get those items, Ags, BKB Storm, Darkseer, with the Aghanim Scepter, that's their go time. They don't necessarily need to rush things. I don't think they're on the timer this game, even though Phantom Lancer is increasing his farm. He's farming much faster than Ricky at the moment, has much more to work with, because Neon is putting some pressure, trying to shut them down, getting very close to Heart actually.
Already has that Reaver. Man, Natsumi's so far ahead. Like, it's kind of out of control.
Dire are scanning.
It's only 1k gold lead. That means the rest of the team is not getting much. So if you put all the eggs in one basket, could backfire, especially against the Darkseer. He makes the illusion of the Phantom Lancer. That's quite strong. You have like Ion Shell, you have Vacuum, a lot of like you have percentage-based damage coming up from Midnight Pulse. So the tankier he gets, the more damage Midnight Pulse deals.
How close is he to that Blink Dagger? Not too far on Enigma. The Maelstrom after the Blade Mail for Ember Spirit. Do you like this Blade Mail pickup for him?
Not that much. Like, it delays your BKB timing, which you definitely need against Ricky, against the Storm Spirit, Earth Spirit as well. A good thing is Storm Spirit didn't go for Orchid, so maybe that's why he feels he can get away with that.
So the Searing Chains coming through and jabs. And he's thinking about turning and using that Black Hole. That's exactly what he's going to do.
Black Hole. Like,
that
it's on
works.
1. He gets the last hit, which gets him a Blink Dagger. So, yeah, all good. Maybe he's thinking now, you know, I got the gold. I could potentially get a BKB instead.
Yeah, you could definitely think about that.
He's thinking. Like, he's definitely, you know, trying to figure out. Decides to go with the Blink Dagger in the end.
It's like when there's 2 things in the store and you have money for both and you're just like, I don't know which one I want. could save a little bit more, but I won't be happy right now. He takes the happy right now. Gets the Blink Dagger. We'll see how much he could use this black hole, because I think a black hole like that is fine.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
That's great.
He saves himself, gets the kill in return. Now it's a 2k gold lead for Neon. Phantom Lancer, hard finished, 20 minutes in. He's super farmed. Like, he's insanely farmed. I don't think I've seen Phantom Lancer being this farmed in a very long time. Maybe because we don't see that much of a Phantom Lancer, but yeah.
I was working with like a 650 GPM. Ball aiming away from Moon and Neon, they were there bottom. You just don't catch anybody just yet. Masaros, 500 gold away from that axe. And Ricky, 1,300 gold away from his axe.
Ricky could have had the axe if he was the one farming the bottom lane, which he should, but you know, you have Enigma, so you're like, okay, I'll sacrifice a bit of my farm so that Enigma can get the farm. He was farming a different area, slowing himself down, but it's still okay. Ricky also a bit under-leveled compared to the enemy carry, only level 14. Phantom Lancer closer to level 18.
He's not only got a lot of farm, but he's got a lot of experience too. Natsumi focusing his attention on the tier 2 tower mid as Raven pushes out top, takes these camps, doing what he can, just 750 gold away. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains onto Moon, Vortex and a Ball Lightning again as Storm's just trying to leave. But I say he's trying to leave. He farms up a little bit more. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains coming out again on a Moon. Holds himself steady as Yopaj gets recalled right next to the rest of the team, while the rest of Fnatic bail on that.
Once Ricky finishes the Aghanim Scepter, it's go time for Fnatic. This is something that I mentioned like 5 minutes ago. They did not want to rush things, and Neon, they will take advantage of that. They understand what their timing is, so they go inside the pit with the Phantom Lancer. No black hole for 30. Fnatic is not going to contest this one.
Yeah, no black hole, no way into the pit. You've got Masaros pushing out bottom, as well as Raven. Like, they're both kind of here. Have they put themselves in a situation where, like, the map's just farm too thin, and Fnatic, like, it's hard for them to have one true leader on the net worth at the moment? Like, Raven's 5k behind this Phantom Lancer. Is it because everybody's trying to farm the map?
Yeah, yeah. It's what happens. You know, you have Darkseer, you have Enigmas, like Storm Spirit. Everyone consumes so much resources on the map. So they need to find some space to farm it. That's why Raven is like, yeah, I'll invade enemy triangle, try to get some farm there, possibly cut the creep wave on a mid lane. They don't have the best catch. Again, they don't have any kind of silence. Ember Spirit can lock him down with the Searing Chains. That's it. Oh, he needs to be careful. He's super dead. Yeah, this is why, like I said, Blade Melt could backfire. It's delaying your BKB timing. You have a BKB there, you just pop it, you live.
Fnatic were well aware and well ready for that, as Moon's making an aggressive play on a play hard, pops the BKB, and they'll get another. So Fnatic put things together, and Natsumi needs to be... he's got an Aegis, but he still needs to be careful.
It's 3 versus
they're
5.
Roll. They're going in onto this Coddle. They'll look over as they'll get themselves the kill with the Blink Strike, and now Elder Titan, he's going to fall 1v5 if they're going to fight Natsumi. They'll take everybody around the
Fnatic is just so experienced in this kind of stuff, like what needs to be done, and they're pretty much doing it perfectly. They understand what their timing is, dodging the fights, getting a pick off. It could be a different kind of a game. Let's say if Ember Spirit had a BKB there. Like, it would not be a chain feed. Maybe Pangolier dies to the Storm Spirit, but that's it. And now Ember Spirit feels very vulnerable. He still needs to farm like 2,500 gold to get the BKB.
This is all of a sudden lined up to look pretty good for Fnatic if they can continue to do that and grow their net worth and take out the supporting cast to Natsumi. They'll feel okay with that. However, they'll catch jabs. It's a 5-position Enigma, who's going into the BKB and already has the Ogre Axe, I believe.
When you have this... Yeah, he's going BKB. When you have this type of greedy lineup, if Philosopher's Stone drops, you feel so blessed. Like, if Enigma could get it 17 minutes in, it's going to help him out so much getting a BKB. So, you know, sometimes Blessed by Gaben could really work out for certain heroes, especially with the greedy lineups. Now they're chasing Neon, they're in. DJ's like, what up?
He kind of passes like 2 heroes, and now finally they're going to start attacking him as Saros. And with the Earth Splitter as well as the Rolling Thunder, that's coming through. Darkseer gone. 2 heroes dead on the side of Fnatic. And now potentially a third. DJ under his own tier 3, but it's not going to matter. You're not safe there. Black Hole committed!
On 1.
And it's stopped immediately. Yules comes out from Play Hard, and Jabs is gone.
Yeah, I don't know what Jabs is thinking. This is the second time he just completely misuses a black hole. There's no one around him. There's not a single hero being close to him.
Yeah, that's some odd pressure that gets alleviated quick with the Yules. All that's going on. Moon, he's also going for an Orchid again. I believe that's getting sent out to him. You've got Raven going for his own BKB, but while you're doing that, your tier 3 has been taken. This is now no black hole, but
still very low on tower damage. Like, you can see that they struggle. None of the heroes actually deal damage except the Phantom Lancer, and it's going to take them quite a lot. So yeah, there's the PL illusion.
Yeah, finally a wall placed down here, and well, let's see what they can do.
They should be able to save this Baron, so which is a pretty big deal. And Natsumi's still going in.
Yeah, he still wants it.
They're not committing. Like, I would love to see some kind of a pull, some kind of a stun. Maybe Ricky jumps in.
Moon getting caught behind enemy lines, pops the BKB in time. They're going to Rolling Thunder with the blink forward, going after Raven. They've got the dust. Masaros, he's trying to get out of this one, is now...
Pocket Ricky.
Well, it will be the Pocket Ricky to get the save, but play hard, low, roll in from DJ. Geomagnetic Grip as well as the Boulder Smash with the Magnetized place on Nabil, as well as play hard. They'll look over as they'll take out the Pangolier. DJ going to roll out of this one. They've got the PL by himself in low, so they've taken out the Aegis. They'll try to survive a second life, but they've got the silence. Do they have enough? Geomagnetic Grip once again. The Blink Strike from Raven. Tricks of the trade right on Natsumi, who is invis thanks to the Glimmer Cape. They take out only 1 life away from this Phantom Lancer, and he'll back out.
Ricky still has not enough damage, doesn't have enough damage to deal with the tankiness of PL at the moment, but once he gets that Daedalus, that's going to help quite a lot. Now, just a casual Crystallis you'll feel the difference in the damage. So yeah, they need to be more careful how they use their abilities. Pango going for a Basher, preparing himself for a possible BKB Black Hole coming out from Enigma. Just needs to buy a recipe on Enigma. Needs to find some gold on the map. So that's going to be pretty much their only way to stop the Black Hole until Phantom Lancer also gets like full Abyssal Blade. Phantom Lancer so far, 0 deaths, 4-0 and 4. Having a really, really good game.
Right. And working on the Abyssal Butterfly, level 20, or level 21 now. He's had a, like, Natsumi's had a great game, but it's still so close.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like, look how close this game is. Fnatic lead
Yeah,
the
I'm just looking at
by so much.
The network list to see where the difference comes from. Like 2K difference between the offlaners.
2K difference between the mids.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So that's 4K already. That's something that Phantom Lancer has ahead of Ricky. So yeah, we did the math. It's correct.
We're always doing that.
I don't know why. Like, this is not something that I signed up for.
No.
But I have to do it.
I wish you were here when I was taking calculus. We could be doing math.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Moon.
Looking for me?
All right. Well, Ball Lightning. Does he get the outpost? Yeah. All right.
What a baller, man.
Oh, Natsumi. He was looking. He was hoping maybe get a bash.
He actually got it. That's such a big play.
It's top tier.
So they get the experience for themselves. Has Shiva's guard queued up? I don't think they need 2 Shivas because I see 1 being built by a Darkseer. So they need to talk this one through. Play rock, paper, scissors. You know, see who's going to get it.
Masaros, you could just get a shard. You'd be happy.
He changes it. So Bloodstone queued up next.
Oh man, I was really hoping
Dire's
Masaros
middle
would
tower
switch.
is under attack.
I've heard Shard is one of the
Dire
worst
are
ones on
scanning.
Darkseer.
Once Storm Spirit gets to level 25, like if we get to that point, it's gonna be so big. Like Electric Rave combined with the Overload attack bounce against the PL and the like PL illusions might just straight up disappear.
It's a lot of gold, but I'd love to see it.
Like,
That's for
if
sure.
this game goes late, the late game Dota is chaotic, especially when you have heroes like Riki being inside of someone with the Electric Rave, just 3 overload charges, then they bounce from the level 25 talent. It's just going to be insane.
Do you think there should be music with Electric Rave?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Like some bassy music?
Yeah, something from Blade movie #1, possibly.
Anytime Electric Rave is off, it's just boop, 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 boop. It'll be fun. It'll be alright. Chat's cringing at home, but, you know, I'm okay with my ideas. 14-12. Not a lot of action in terms of, you know, it being a bloodbath or anything.
Yeah, Roche respawn, so that's Cheese and Aegis.
Over here now. Whoa, what I
Thinking
miss?
about picking up that Invis rune, immediately thinks otherwise. Back and forth with the ball lightning, and now play hard is Invis. They've used the smoke. They're going to try and fight this. Smoke broken, and now there's the Blink Strike as well as the Silence. They'll go with the BKB, but the Bash! Oh, immediately on the jab
the
goes
black
into the
hole.
black hole. That's going to be on the Phantom Lancer. The
Eat
Earth
the
Splitter
ulti.
comes in, and that'll try to keep alive this Phantom Lancer. They get the kill on Masaros. They'll end up losing Natsumi, or will they? Doppelganger gets some space. Debut gone. It's 2 for 1 with jabs hitting the deck. Natsumi has somehow survived, and he is healing up. Moon, he's gone. 3 heroes down on the side of Fnatic. They're in the smoke cloud, but they will take Raven's life. And Natsumi was a sliver away from dying. At the end of the day, he survives, and it
That was
ends up
so
being
close.
a very
Like,
good fight for Neon.
A bit of unfortunate for Enigma. He gets Abyssal Blade straight away on him, uses Black Hole after, but then ET Splitter hits, and yeah, gets cancelled. They were so close, and now they had to use 1 buyback. Moon, he needs to be more careful. Like, Riki still doesn't deal that much damage. Now we can feel the difference between 2 carries who's, what, 6,000 ahead of Riki? Wow, that's actually huge. Like, that's one big item. That's just straight up Abyssal Blade.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is
Radiant's top tower is under
looking like
attack.
Neon might have an opportunity to take this game. They'll take the top tier 3, and already got a Setter Axe down over mid, something that Fnatic can deal with. It just becomes a question of how much are Neon going to get out of this, because do they back up and take Roche at some point?
That's 2 set of barracks. Range barracks, doesn't really matter. So yeah, they can go inside a pit. They know there's no black hole for more than a minute. Let's see if they decide to contest.
Nothing yet, but the scan,
Radiant are scanning.
that comes out.
It's just Januel chilling in a pit.
Yeah. They're going to fight this. They're going to go. They've got the silence down. They'll look over at DJ, trying to get the kill into the Earth Spirit. The roll's not going to get him out. Magnetize was committed. They'll take out DJ. He does not have buyback.
That was actually intentional, I think, by Januel, because scan was not used for a very long. This is such a big brain play. If you look what happened, Januel was sitting in the pit
By himself.
and they used scan, so they're like, yes, they're doing Roshan, while the rest of the team is holding the high ground with the Sentry and Observer Ward. So they've fallen into a trap. It could have been a disaster. They lost only position 4 hero, but yeah. I don't think I've seen such a big brain play in a long time. Maybe it was... there's no reason for Januel to be there unless he thinks that's what's going to happen.
Right.
I don't think this was an accident.
Dire are scanning.
Playing some 4D chess. They don't just only call him Januel, they call him Soflo Antonio sometimes. Playing the 4D chess, and now they've picked up an Aegis and Cheese.
Dire's Dire's bottom tower is
Ricky
under
might consider
Dire's structures are
getting
fortified.
turning this Demon Edge into Divine Rapier, because they don't have enough damage. Like at this point, you lose a fight, you lose a game. You know, you still have the farm 4,000 gold, but something to think about.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
I'd be excited to see that. We'll see if he at any point changes that build from Daedalus Blink Dagger.
Like if they go for a high ground push, he has enough to buy Daedalus, he buys Daedalus.
Right.
For sure. So, you know, just to have something for that fight instead of saving the gold. But if this game, let's say, doesn't end in the next 3-4 minutes, he should start thinking about it.
He's getting towards 1,000 gold already, so does just about have enough for that Daedalus. We'll see if he buys out on it immediately if his mind's already made up. Yeah, it is. Okay. So it will be the Daedalus.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So one of the things that hurt Jabs in the last fight was just, again, not being able to get that black hole duration be complete.
Could have made a difference on the Phantom Lancer, that's for sure. Now full Butterfly on PL. Oh, Storm needed to be a bit more careful there. Doesn't have any defensive tools, no Lincoln Sphere, one Abyssal Blade. Could just get him from 100 to 0. Very close.
Ooh, wow,
Oh,
Raven
Dad.
jumping on the
Red.
shiny. Wow, look at that damage. Immediately
They
on the
lost the
Elder
gem.
Titan, they've got the wall down. They're going after Masaros. They're going to have to fight through the wall for the moment. Masaros looking like he's all alone and gone. They'll buy back on the Elder Titan. They don't have buyback on this Darkseer, and now the ball landing all the way onto the back lines looking for Johnny once again. But there's the Abyssal Blade used onto
He
the
already
Storm.
used the
Moon is
buyback in the
gone.
previous fight, so he's gone for 2
Whoa.
minutes.
He was there, and then if you blinked, he wasn't. They will get the kill onto this Elder Titan.
My question is, how do you defend with 3 heroes? Darkseer will be up in 25. Ricky, look at his positioning. Like, I love that. Just trying to go from the side. Earth Spirit rolling in.
Other heroes that aren't Phantom Lancer, who gets the silence onto this Pangolier, but Yule's up into the air as well as the BKB. BKB Papa Yo, pause, shield crash, right clicks coming in. DJ gone, so is Play Hard, but Play Hard has buyback.
Oh, unfortunately,
so does DJ.
He could not pick up the gem there. So, yeah. ET, ready, Play Hard, also buys back, picks up the gem. Buyback from the Earth Spirit as well.
DJ. So Natsumi, he'll lead the charge again, and that's, you know, what they were trying to avoid is there's the Abyssal Blade coming again onto Jabs. They'll get the kill on the Enigma. He does have buyback. He has that BKB as well as this Black Hole if he has a chance to use it. Now BKB, Malefice, Natsumi sitting low. Doppelganger once again, and Debil already knows that he's used that BKB. There's no Black Hole that's going to go off. He'll end up dead. They'll look over at DJ. He doesn't have buyback either. Bounce into the air with the Rolling Thunder. They get the kill to the Earth Spirit. Now they'll look over. They can't even get Natsumi's first life. They're bashing up Raven. They've got through with the sight of his Searing Chains. They'll get the kill. They'll take out this Ricky. And GG is called Neon. They will take the game over Fnatic. Really well played coming into this last and final push. Fnatic just fall too far behind. They fall without buybacks. I mean, Storm was still 11 seconds away from respawning.
A lot of weird decisions coming out from Fnatic in this one, especially Enigma. Like a couple of Black Holes misused, which kind of set them up for a failure, and not defending the base. Then, again, Storm Spirit dying, Enigma dying, buying back, dying again. Yeah. So, but we have to give credit to Neon because they played well. Phantom Lancer, I don't think he died a single time this game.
I don't think so. Natsumi played a game that he needs to play. Like again, this series means so much to both these teams. Neon don't want to go away without putting up a performance like that. Now they have an opportunity to reverse sweep the series. That's could be massive here for Neon. So we'll go into game 3, but before that, we've got the panel ready to break it down. Again, back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, B-Cup and Lacoste. Yes, Neon back on form. That is what we wanted to see from them as they come back in game number 2 and even out the series. But gentlemen, how did they do it?
Yeah, I think it really comes back down to this matchup that we were talking about a lot, this Ricky versus PL. It's not as easy to see this Ricky winning that matchup as you might think, mainly because his power spikes are different. You're going for Battle Fury, after Battle Fury you're going for that Axe, but you're not joining, you're not contributing by the time you get that. PL is. PL with the Diffusal, he's already not in the greatest spot, but he can join. Manta as well. And by the time you're actually active with Ricky, PL doesn't care that much. I played this matchup. Like you do get, like, let's say Daedalus. You jump in once with Tricks of Trade. If you get a single silence or a disable on the Ricky, you're just gone with the PL going camp. So that matchup itself is not as one-sided as we might have thought before. But
certainly not, no. And I think the good heart timing on the PL was a big factor of that as well. You know, just being able to be like, I get Tricks of Trade in, no worries, you know, I'll just jump back, heal up a little bit, and come back in. And that's what we saw happening time and time again. But of course, some really good playing from Natsumi. You know, I should have mentioned it in the draft, but you know, Natsumi has been a PL player for a long time. You know, he's loves this hero, and if he sees a good opportunity for it, you know, he knows these matchups. There is no way they're picking PL into Ricky without his say-so of going, yeah, I've played this matchup 100 times. I know it. Let's do it. Black, you know, what did you like about Neon before we get into what Fnatic did wrong?
Well, I mean, I really didn't like too much about Neon, honestly. I feel like it was pretty much Natsumi's show. Like,
yeah,
I think he single-handedly carried the team pretty hard. Like, good itemization, the way he took fights, you know. His team was caught off position a lot this game. Like, it was really all on Natsumi. I think he did a wonderful job.
He certainly did. He certainly did. All right. And he's going to be our MVP, of course, for game number 2, playing that Phantom Lancer. It couldn't have been anyone else. Whilst he did have the support from the backlines and, you know, his team were making that space for him, he was the one that came through, and also a huge kill participation as well. It's very rare that we see all of these lines filled up like that, but he was topping the charts.
It's like a one-man show.
Every single one. Yeah, I mean,
he was owning this game from start to finish. He won a lane that I feel like he shouldn't have, maybe. And he itemized correctly, and like a minute 20 hearts, Yasha, Diffu.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that guy.
You have to also consider why did he win that lane. He also won it because of the Elder Titan, being able to punch the Darkseer and the Earth Spirit down. Even though Darkseer got the first blood on the mid lane with the Iron Shell, even though he wasn't even close. There are some things that happened on other lanes too. You have the Pango Kotl that shut down Enigma completely on that 5. Position 5 Enigma, you create the Eidolons, they disappear at the same pretty much moment. The first black hole is wasted. He just dies afterwards. So
yeah.
Overall, Natsumi definitely played it right, and I think the most important aspects of the game for him were later on when he knew how to reset with the heart. Go in, reset with the heart, get back up to like 40% HP and move into the fight again.
And I think it's the last time we see Fnatic pick Enigma. Like all 3.
Possible, yeah.
Like all 3 performances we've had on that hero.
Yeah.
big no.
Yeah, they've tried it on 3 different roles now as well, and every single one's just been like, it doesn't really feel too great. I mean, the black holes, there weren't really any black holes in this game. They were just kind of black dots.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, it felt like a 4v5, you know, after the laning phase. Like, Jabs had some ideas, but his team wasn't, you know, at all in sync with him. Like, he black holed the PL alone multiple times. There's just no team support.
He got 1 kill on the Ember, but even it's also very interesting when he went for the Midnight Pulse range talent, even though he had BKB and everything.
Yeah.
Still goes for the Midnight Pulse range, but like the AoE that is. Yeah, interesting.
Interesting indeed. Alrighty, well, Neon, they certainly did it. They draw up the series, which means we're going to have a 3rd game on our hands, which is what we wanted from this series. So stick around as we'll be back for the grand conclusion of Neon versus Fnatic. After that game, we will know who is going to be sitting at the top of the league for at least the next week. I can't wait. You shouldn't wait either, and hopefully we won't have to wait too long, as we're going to throw it over to a short break. We'll see you very soon.
change your range.
Hello and welcome back to the Dota Pro Circuit. My name is Noam. Joining me is Lizard and Black as we get into the third game here at the DPC SEA between the leaders of the upper division. The two big dogs fighting it out for that first place, and it is Fnatic and it is Neon Esports. But of course, it's not necessarily going to end that way. There's still two teams chasing behind them as well, chasing for that top spot. It's all very, very close here in the SEA region, but let's get into the third and final match. Game number 1 obviously went to Fnatic in a convincing way. Game number 2 went to Neon in a convincing way. Are we expecting this to be a very, very close third game?
It should be, right? Unless someone is really tilted after that second game, which sometimes happens, but no.
Who do you think that's going to be?
Maybe someone that was missing some very big spells.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
And buying back, blinking in, and running around in a circle. Yeah.
It can happen, but probably will not. We have very experienced teams, especially Fnatic, and they will shrug the loss off and go with the fresh mindset in the last game.
I think so as well. I think so too. I think this is going to be a very even game, and you know, I'd like to say even draft, but to be honest, I feel like the last draft was very even, and Neon kind of outplayed a little bit over Fnatic. I don't know. What would you say, Black, after watching the game?
I still feel like they had a superior draft.
Okay.
I mean, Fnatic did, yeah. At least 60-40. Like, I still think the Storm. I don't know why he didn't go for an Orchid earlier.
60-40.
Yeah.
No way, man.
No way.
Were you going higher or
no
lower?
way?
No, I'm way lower. That was.
You think Fnatic had even better draft?
I think it was like at least even drafts like in that first. I think you guys are overestimating Ricky.
No, I mean I think you're underestimating how good Storm is against PL.
Okay.
If you itemize well, why didn't you go Orchid at all? Yeah. I mean he did like minute 30 I think, but why do you think he delayed that so much?
Yeah, I'm not sure really.
Because he didn't have Manta for like 25 minutes or so.
Maybe he was expecting first Manta.
Yeah.
That's it. Like.
Yeah, but even then,
I think if the PL realized that the Storm was building Orchid, surely would have adjusted.
But it's not just for the PL,
Manta,
right? Like Ember had no BKB till like 25 minutes or so. I mean, Pango had no defensive item. None of the supports did. I feel like Orchid is just a core item on the Storm to have kill threat on the map, because what he did, he was mostly just farming the map. And there was no like kill presence.
And so far, every single Storm game that dominates, like Mikoto, he literally set the golden standard. Yeah. It's go on the map, make stuff happen.
It's a brown boots Orchid every game pretty much.
Exactly. Then Bloodstone or whatever you need, but Orchid is so necessary.
He went Kaya into BKB, I think. Very greedy item build, very like farm oriented. Not a big fan.
Super old school as well.
Yeah. Maybe needs updating a little bit, freshen up on the meta. But nevertheless, we are into the draft for game number 3 between these two titans as they tickle each other silly in this best of 3 series.
You see that the meta has developed in the series as well. We see a little bit of a different approach to the bans.
Oof.
Yeah, Troll has been picked, has been banned before. Yeah, but
Every game.
Bango, Wisp, and Phoenix, all 3 were left true before.
But now it's an oof.
Now there's an oof.
Oh.
It's an oof moment right there.
It's a big oof.
Are we going to see just the Nyx or what?
Surely they have a plan.
Shadow Shaman, Lion, you're thinking about heroes that actually can catch this goddamn fairy dragon, which is so broken at the moment. The hero, one thing he lacked before is late game he kind of felt meh, like he's alright but not that amazing. Right now he scales so well as well.
And the problem is, so if you commit too much into countering him, which Titan is not one of them.
Not.
But if you commit too much on countering him, you just relegate him to like a pos 4 or 5, and suddenly you just pick cores that don't care so much about the counters to puck. It's just too flexible.
Yeah, first hit and a miss with the other Titan. Hopefully they will at least get some counters.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a draft yet from Neon where we've liked their openings though. Like, well, maybe not liked their openings, but we felt that their opening is stronger
not
than
today,
Fnatic's
at
opening.
least.
Not today, yeah, that's what I mean about these 2 games.
Elder Titan is actually very, very contested in this series, at least so far.
Yeah, it is. And that was because of the IO in game 1, though. A little different circumstances.
I actually don't like clock too much into the others.
There we go. There we go.
I mean,
So
that's surely just a support puck now.
Exactly.
You have to ban out the counters now. You have to ban out that Ember that... or what are the
Bad
things?
Rider.
It's not Ember, it's Bat and...
Bad.
what's the other one?
I mean, Ember can be annoying.
Let's go back to 2015.
Yeah, those good old days.
Ember can be annoying.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight can be annoying.
We've seen
Razor?
some monkeys
Very
with
early
that,
TA.
but it's very very early.
Like I feel like that hero is very exploitable, and you can't put TA on a support. It's not possible.
She's not flexible at all. She hasn't done any yoga.
Yeah.
Both of
Not
these
even
teams
Pilates.
sometimes just pick their mid laners way too early or put them in a difficult spot, and when they do that, usually it doesn't work out very well. We've seen Fnatic with the Lina picks, if you remember, with the Dragon Knight versus Storm as well. Now Neon with the TA so early on.
I mean, maybe they just have a hard read on Fnatic or knowledge that they only play puck middle, which I don't believe at all. Like,
No, there's no way.
like they are very well aware and good enough to put puck on a different position. I'm
on
sure.
position 4, on position 5. It's so flexible right now because Clock is very flexible as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, puck clock is also not a bad lane if they were to lane together.
One thing that I really like is Elder Titan 5 versus Clockwork on offlane or 4 for Elder Titan.
Really?
Early
It's-
game, yeah.
It's so good early game for ET.
But mid game is rough though.
If you get a good start as Elder Titan, if you get let's say boots before he does, you start the lane with the Venom.
Just start with
Yeah.
boots.
Yeah, like Venom is just much more
It's
solid.
way better.
Yeah, because you can also share tangos with it.
Yeah.
But if you get boots before he does, or if you get, let's say, some awkward first blood, because he can't really fight you with battery assault around the creeps early on. If you just don't have a game as Clock, as a 4. But mostly it's a 5, so...
They're still banning out Lion on Fnatic. So maybe they do want to put the puck middle.
Maybe.
Which would be kind of suicidal. But
Yeah. Well, maybe Moon knows that he can win that matchup. You know, we've seen people run heroes into bad matchups and do well with them if they know a little secret, a little trick.
yeah, I think they're going to pick something like a DK that can also go middle and offlane to just have like more flexibility.
Yeah.
Because
Fnatic
DK
really
does
do
quite
that.
well against TA in lane as well.
Yep.
Neon, just banning out these heroes the TA does not deal well at all against. Like, you have the Batrider ban, the PL ban.
There's still a lot though.
Yeah, I mean, when you pick a hero that's usually saved for the last pick or second to last pick this early on, you're going to waste a lot of bans just
There's a
covering.
post for me run. Again, no stuns.
Wow.
I don't know why they don't like stuns.
They really don't, but they didn't need them last game, so...
That is so strange.
Yeah, it's just to combo something on the offlane right now for Neon that actually brings
This
disable.
puck right now, even though it was first picked, it feels so free already. Like if it's not in the mid lane and it has a decent game, he gets a blink, they have no way of catching him at all.
Could they be setting up for an offlane OD?
Possible.
On Neon?
On Neon,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's possible.
It's definitely doable. They actually played it 2 days ago in the Moon
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
So it's a possibility. You have the Mirana on position 4. It's not that great versus Puck overall throughout the game, but it's a solid pick.
Yeah, it's nice to have that option if the Clockwork jumps on, say, this Elder Titan.
Still, your draft
Just,
synergy with an OD offlane is so wonky. Like, you have this TA Elder Titan OD Mirana.
And no stuns.
Yeah, you have no stuns besides that arrow on the Astral.
Now DP is really good against TA as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Spirit Siphon gonna do work.
It's not only the laning stage, it's the way the hero is
The entire
played.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the entire
Also, the way you
game.
itemize, you can just get a casual plate mail. You will never lack damage anyway.
You like to get that plate mail. You like to get Shivas eventually too.
Yeah.
So
But you know what I've realized about Neon? Is that they're artists. They can take anything. They can take any combination of things and make it look good. That's what they specialize in.
But oftentimes, too much can be too much.
Well, that's what you think as a plebeian black, but as a true artist, you know that there is beauty in all things, and anything can be put together in a certain way and made to synergize beautifully, because that is the way the world works. That's the way we all work.
That's true. But sometimes a simple meatball is better than a complicated, ruined steak.
is steak really that complicated?
It can be,
It
maybe.
can be.
Of all the dishes to go for there, I think the most simple.
Hey, I mean, meatball is simpler than steak at least.
No,
So
it
I got
isn't.
that right.
No, it's not at all.
No.
No, a normal tiny like meatball?
I can make a steak. I can't make a meatball.
I mean, then you're
You
a
gotta
plant.
mince the meat and then like put it
that
back
is-
together and some eggs in
You
there.
guys are being ridiculous. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
I expected the more complicated dish.
Like what? What's
not sure
complicated?
Cook.
Black is a
Lasagna.
Black is as of a meathead as I am, and because of that, he died. Like his spread is meatball, steak.
What about lasagna?
Eggs, protein shake.
Lasagna.
All right, that's a better example. Well done.
Yeah,
well done.
yeah,
We did
it's
it,
good, it's
team.
good. Yeah, Sand King, there you go.
There we
Neon
go.
Esports.
You have a stun.
Something very simple.
Yeah, that's the spaghetti sheet in the, or the pasta
Okay.
sheet in the lasagna.
So it's offlane puck, Oracle 5, Clock 4.
Four. Yeah.
DP mid.
We have seen some DPs on different roles, but this is 100% mid because of the matchup as well. And you have this Oracle later on in the game to save the DP, one of the best
Best combos in the game.
Yeah, best combos in the game. Best thing that you can have with the DP is a hero that can stand behind you and save you from that early aggression.
Yeah. Also, puck, DP, incredible synergy. Just coil, and DP just runs in. The only way to fight against DP is to run away.
Spot the panda.
Spot the panda.
Do you see the panda?
Yes, and the reflection of the TV. That's a huge TV.
Yeah, that's a very big ass TV for such a small room.
Damn. And the fan is off.
Wants to see those pixels.
And both of them have big, nice TVs.
They
Good.
both have
Yep,
huge.
that's what's
glasses
important.
too.
Yeah,
Damn.
nice leathery couch
Of course,
as well.
if you have a big TV, then you should probably tune into the YouTube 4K stream so you can see us in high
And
definition.
you also need a big chair as well, right? Very comfortable one too.
That's true, where you should probably go to Secret Lab to pick one of those up with their premium PU leather. Very comfortable chairs. Secret Lab's place to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lizard.
Terrorblade banned out by Neon Esports as well. They're all these
TA
heroes-
hates Terrorblade.
all these heroes that like illusion based as well can be very difficult for her to deal with, right?
So both teams need a carry. Neon, they need something that's not super greedy and can lane well against Clock Puck, which is almost anything.
Why is actually
Almost anything.
Why did TA fall out of favor recently? It's because most of the time on mid lane we do see playmakers, right? And
Yeah.
TA doesn't truly fall into that category.
She also doesn't fall into a hard carry category. He's a very weird hero.
She's somewhere there.
But she
mid-game
hits
she
a timing
dominates.
which can be so eye-wateringly strong that you just take over the game from that point. That's what we need to see.
Usually, if the game is great for her, she hits that timing. If the game isn't
Which
that
isn't
great,
this
yeah.
game. Or shouldn't be this game. It can be this game.
But we
Wraith
said that
King.
last game.
Perfect
We
pick.
said that last game.
Actually,
Very
so good.
Very good. It is looking like a great draft from Fnatic, I have to say. I love Oracle with DP, that combination's really nice. We already talked about this offlane being strong. Now they just get the Wraith King kind of makes up for the early levels for where the Oracle's not as strong in lane, but then Oracle hits 3, their kill potential goes through the roof. My goodness gracious, Neon need to pull out something out of the bag here.
Yeah, when you look at the bans as well, this rating makes so much sense. Both bans on both teams, like this Terrorblade and Monkey King ban, on the other hand, the Weaver and the Drow Ranger, all things that Wraith King doesn't truly enjoy playing into are eliminated.
I kind of feel like both teams were wanting to go for it there, and
Yeah, exactly.
Neon were like, do we ban it? Like, no, they won't pick it. We can take it.
So what do they have now? AM is decent, but it's not great. I mean, every carry just seems bad against Puck, honestly. You get coiled and you're just out of the fight.
I think they'll go with Ursa.
Ursa is decent. Morphling.
They go Morphling. Okay, okay.
Again,
Can
So-
be versus difficult versus Puck at
Puck
some
is
point,
quite good
yeah.
against Morph. DP is not bad. Like, as you morph up, you take more damage from the Siphon.
Are there any amazing combo? Sand King is a good combo with
Sand King is a good combo.
with the
Yeah.
morph.
It
But
really
TA
is.
Morph is quite greedy.
It is, and they don't have that playmaker in the
Yeah.
early game.
One thing, however, that can be said is that both of these heroes, TA and Morph, can itemize to join the fights early on. So even though they aren't truly playmakers in the conventional sense, they can itemize to be that and kind of share the load with that Aghanims build. We've seen the Yule's Aghanims on Morphling as well sometimes. I won't really love it this game, but if the TA is so greedy that she's stuck in the triangle, someone needs to make space.
So you're going
That-
Fnatic.
There are some really powerful timings of this.
I'm still going to go Fnatic, but it's not. I'm not favoring their drafts like super much.
Yeah.
All right.
What
first
about
prediction.
you, sir?
Yeah, as the only 100% prediction rate member of this talent crew, mine is obviously the most important. And I'm going to go for Fnatic as well, unfortunately. I do like Neon's draft, but Fnatic, they're just strong across the board.
Natsumi morphing is a scary thing, though. Yeah.
It is. It really, really is.
Well, I have no choice in the matter. I gotta go with Neon to somehow balance the board.
Okay,
you know?
even though you don't really believe in it yourself.
I think Fnatic has a better draft and they're probably gonna win, but I gotta go with Neon.
But you're predicting for the other team for strategy's sake. Okay, fair enough.
He can't win if he doesn't.
Yeah, it's true.
I have to at least give myself a chance.
Lose hard or win hard.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Let's bring in our commentary duo of Beakup and Lacoste and find out what their mouthholes have to say about this.
Oh, my mouthhole. Yeah. Well, I used my mouthhole to, I don't know if you remember, Ask Jeeves. I don't know if that's a thing outside the United States.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's still active. I asked Jeeves who was going to win the game, and he said Neon. So I'm going Neon.
Right. Thanks, Jeeves. Lacoste, where are you going with this one?
I'll go with Fnatic. I kind of forgot what heroes they have because of a lot of stupid stuff that you guys said. But yeah, definitely favoring Fnatic. Once I sit down, I'll explain why. But for now, it's just
I'm
Fnatic.
so smart.
All right. Thank you, Lacoste and Beakup, and take it away for game number 3 of Neon versus Fnatic. LOL.
Thank you very much. Game number 3. Probably the most important game to be played up to this point. Obviously, the game's importance do rise with each day that we continue on into this league. But, I mean, this one feels like it could be the decider on who's the number 1 in the group. It has that much power. Has a game... Well, nah, that's a stupid question. I was going to say, has a game ever had this much power? But there are such thing as TI finals and Game 5s and other tournament Game 5s like that. But in the DPC, I don't know if there's been a game as important as this one yet in all the leagues. You know, you've got... there's a lot here.
I'm just thinking, you know, I'm trying to remember.
If Fnatic win, it really throws a wrench into everything. Like, then there's like a lot of teams are in it. All 3 spots, I think, are up for grabs. But if Neon win, I'm pretty sure they've secured the number 1. Don't quote me on that, Chad. Just
the battle begins.
Use math.
So yeah, Neon, they don't have the best setup for Arrow other than, I mean, they do Sanking stun, possibly ET stun later on. We'll see how that one goes. I'm just a big fan of Raid King in this patch. Like, you get the items no matter what. And I've seen a game yesterday where Raid King decided to go for Armlet. It just slows you down so much, just straight up Radiance after getting the phase boots. I see a gloss, he already knows what he's going for. Raven is yeah, this build works, nothing I need to change about it. I want to see more of a mid matchup, favoring Death Prophet in this one. But, you know, it's a TA. Whoever knows how to utilize this hero 100%, you get so much out of it.
My stock is high on Yopaj. I've loved watching him over mid, and especially here on the TA. I'm still disappointed I don't get to see him play a mid Earth Spirit just yet. I'm going to ask for that every time we get to watch Neon play. I know the Neon social media guy is probably watching. Can you talk to them? Let me get a mid Earth Spirit at some point, please. But it should be a good matchup there up against the Death Prophet. And the panel alluded to as well, Natsumi on the Mortar, how good it's been and how good he looks on this hero.
So far looked pretty stable. He's playing into 2 silences, instant initiation. There is no save whatsoever for this morph, so he needs to be able to take care of himself. On the other side, you have Death Prophet. If you don't burst her down, possibly a second life. Coming out from the Oracle, you have Raid King with 2 lives. No one's going to build any kind of mana burn in this game, so he's pretty much having an easy time, doesn't need to invest into Shard.
So 3 for 3 on the Elder Titan picks, Natsumi. Yeah, he's 7-4. You said there's no real save for him. What's the ideal situation that he comes into in this game?
Being godlike 10 minutes in. He should have a decent time on the bottom.
Burrow Strike, Arrow misses, Wraithfire Blast also. Interesting. Back and forth right there. Godlike before 10 minutes.
Not gonna happen. Definitely, but yeah, Morph is kind of a slow hero.
Yobash kind of holding his ground up against Moon over mid. That was just the two of them going back and forth for the moment. Interesting little maneuvers there. Siphon once again. Yopaj getting pressured. And Moon starting to take over a little bit. We, the panel as well talked about TA force back into the triangle, force back into the jungle to try and get those first couple of items. How are they going to make space if they're already trying to make space for Natsu?
If TA is shut down, Neon will struggle. You have Morphling, you have a TA, so I'm going to call it a bit greedy, where both of these heroes, they need some time to come online, especially if TA is, of course, struggling, which I mentioned. So Sanking will need to do heavy lifting, Mirana with the possible rotations.
And we'll see what rotations come out at about the 4-minute mark. Debil already heading towards mid for the moment. Has 2 skill points to use. Only has 1 in Sacred Arrow for the moment.
He just wants to stack. Kill this camp, stack it.
He'll go for the stack. That leaves Play Hard by himself, which he's more than okay with. So stack comes in, and they have control of the Arcane Rune, which Debil will pick up. That's actually not bad if he wants to clean up some of this stack with the arrow. He's got level 2 in the arrow now.
Just killed 2 big ones.
Sure.
I like the second point in arrow. Lowers the cooldown, increases the stun duration, increases the damage. There's the leap.
Forward, Play Hard. Burrow strike, and now the arrow that follows it up. Raven low, but not low enough. That number hung around about 150 health, gets a salve, he's okay. DJ away from the lane for the moment, but it doesn't cost Raven his life. He is taking a lot of pressure, 20-1 to the point right now as, Sanking, 36-3.
Very good lane for Sanking, great start. Like, skeletons don't do that much, especially with this build on a Sanking. 2 points in a Sandstorm. Like, he could have gotten 1 more point in Caustic, like have 1-2-1, and then, put more points in the Burrow Strike. I like what I see, a Bracer, Bottle to have this sustain in the laning stage and going straight for the Blink Dagger. They are lacking into this initiation department. TA doesn't provide you with any, neither does Morph, so you kind of have to rush a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, so we'll see how quickly we can get into the Blink. As Bottle Boots Blink is the way that Playhard's going to go, and for right now, his CS is fine. He's felt comfortable in this lane so far. They do finally have a sentry down, so it might get a little bit more difficult for him. Debil is off and over to the side near the triangle, so away from the lane for the moment. Not really there to quite help Play Hard if he were to get into some trouble. So again, just the guy's a Sandstorm. He's farming up. He's gone 2-3 so far.
Debil doing a very good job. Understanding I can leave my Sanking alone. They can't really kill him. I'll just stack the Ancient Camp instead. First rotation. Oh, nicely done. Like, I think Moon did that on purpose to be able to keep the catapult alive.
Yeah. No real way to jump in and continue that aggression with an arrow that's kind of that far back where the TA was on the other side
Like,
of
the
the
big
river.
brain play there would be I shoot an arrow where the catapult is. I rotate with possibly 1 more hero, and the TA, if he wants to block that arrow, he dies.
Right. They were just a little bit too far away from that one, and now the arrow comes in again, and they will get the catapult. So, mission ends
Maybe they
up
were thinking the same,
accomplished.
you can see Januel also rotating with the ET. If he blocks it 1 more time, we're going to go for him. Set up with the Astral into Echo Stomp.
Might have been that him blocking it the first time kind of gives him that glimpse where it's like, yeah, if he's going to do this, let's go. And like you said, that's the mindset, and they eventually do end up getting to it. But sentry down, now a second sentry down. Play Hard. He's in trouble, and he's dead. So left alone a little bit too long, but this is DJ just putting down sentries across the lane to make sure that they can keep the vision on this Sand King.
They get a first blood. DJ. He wants to be able to put down some observer wards, see Templar Assassin, possibly rotate on her. Let's see if he blocks the camp. Yeah, blocks the one with the sentry. Probably going to put the obs to see when they are going to go for it and possibly rotate on her. So very nicely done by DJ. Good usage of the first smoke, even though like they don't get any kills from that. And it's very good that the Ancients are stacked already. So, you know, you hit the camp, you go away from it, you don't see that maybe you didn't place it well. So this is what, let's see what's going to happen. Like the Bill's like, okay, I'm stacking. Didn't do it perfectly. But there's a sentry blocking it.
Yeah, he doesn't even go back to check the numbers.
Exactly. Like this is why it's such a good thing that the camp was already stacked. Because if it's not stacked, you try to do it once, of course, you're going to get it. And you see not being stacked, you instantly deward.
Moon heads over towards top. They've got the Wraithfire and Blast into the Sandstorm again. Taking a little bit of damage. Moon not committing an Exorcism just yet. He's holding onto a regen rune. He can take this tower and potentially turn this towards something else. I mean, John Yuel's just dead. Exorcism solo, Spirit Siphon, they've got themselves one, Raven low, Burrow Strike out, Fortune's End, and now this is going to be a second. Yopaj, he
just
TP's
TP'd
in. Oh, they've got Debil, the arrow. Oh, the arrow hits.
Still Ravenwood, Lev has that reincarnation. A very interesting move from Moon there. Oh man, if they get this kill on Yopaj, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, he's just not having a game at the moment. The Exorcism rips him apart, so they've got another kill onto the TA. Neon just looks so out of sorts. That rotation from TA is...
You don't expect these kind of rotations from that Prophet early on. Like, her job is to either take the mid tower if the enemy is not there, or rotate to the bottom tower and take that tower. You don't expect her to try to take an offlane tower, because you don't get too much from it. But in this game, I can understand, you know, we have the access to the enemy triangle where Morphling and Templar Assassin would like to farm. So yeah, I can get behind that.
Right.
They still didn't do it, but you know, they got a couple of kills from that, which is even better.
Now it's a 2k lead, and Sentry, that'll get placed. I believe will not spot the one in the river. That's unfortunate.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just on the edge of each other. And they still haven't spotted this sentry blocking the Ancients.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Some things right now for Fnatic look good. Natsumi, though, he hasn't been bothered. Although he hasn't farmed nearly as much as the Wraith King has. It's down by about 1,000.
You can't expect Morph to have the same amount of farm as Wraith King.
Almost impossible where he's got skeletons to just continue.
It's just too hard to keep up with the Wraith King. We've seen Wraith Kings just completely take over the game. Play hard on the bottom. Does not want to make a move. Raven will just TP
in
out.
The river, though, they'll find Debil. Moon getting a kill there. They are 4 heroes in this river. A hook shot and hit John Yuel. They did take the stack, so this would be Elder Titan dying too. The stack's good for Yopaj, but it's still a discussion on whether or not he wants to go Blink or Deso, as they're looking for Playhard. Dream Coil committed, trap onto Moon.
Where's the
Playhard?
sentry?
He's in a bad spot. Epicenter, Burrow Strike coming through. There's the false promise. Playhard, you've been played hard because
outplayed
Moon,
hard, exactly.
He
so
stays alive.
DP will be full HP after the false promise. They were lacking a sentry there until DJ showed up, placed one. Now tier 1 tower is gone. Map is getting smaller, especially for Templar Assassin. It was a first phase Templar Assassin, and we can see why teams don't do that, because it's very punishable.
Yeah. This is slowly getting choked out. And Neon need answers. It's tough. Arrow following up the sweep.
Let's see the hook shot. Now he's pinging. Jeb's like, yeah, man, come close. Masaros wanted to get closer for him to be able to use the hook shot, but the nice body block from John Will in front of him.
In front of him.
Yeah. So that Prophet has Arcane Rune in the bottle. Next Exorcism should be used. Try to take the top tier 1 tower and just have the access to the enemy jungle. Like this Observer Ward that was placed by Oracle early on is giving them so much information where they're moving right now. Like they can see Januel, they could have see Sanking for a brief second, so they know, and they can see if stacks are being made. This will get devoted, so Ancients can be stacked once again for Templar Assassin.
Yeah, who went to the Blink Dagger? I want to ask your opinion. Would you rather the Blink Dagger early, or do you need something like a Deso to kind of maintain and hold you over?
I'm not a TA expert. I've seen players doing both. Like, you can think about Blink Dagger as a save for yourself because of refraction, and it's also a farming tool because you jump between the camps faster. Deso just gives you straight up damage, more Roche potential, but I don't think you're in a situation where you can just go in and take the Roche right now. So for me, Blink Dagger makes a bit more sense, and it gives you that jump against the Oracle in the backlines.
Hook shot on a Januel, and now they'll have the follow-up. Should be a kill onto the Elder Titan, and will be. Doesn't look like Neon want to mess with any of that. They thought about it, but will back out. Yopaj the entire time just continuing to farm bottom, trying to get into this Desolator, stacking camps, taking creep waves, and now has 900 gold with the Blink Dagger. So he is starting to gain momentum on his farm, but at this point it kind of seems like TA, it's a must before you fight to have Deso and BKB.
It's going to be tough for TA to just stand their ground and take a fight. You're playing into so much magical damage. Great King will finish the Radiance in the next few minutes. There's going to be like a lot of chaotic fights. Hook shot, coil to keep them in place. That Prophet ulti arrow combo.
And that'll come through, but again, the False Promise comes out. They've got damage on the play hard. He'll die first again. Neon losing heroes. They've got the silence onto the Mirana. Masaros will stick with him. Hookshot misses. Januel thinking maybe he could get a sweep here, but the Astral Spirit on cooldown for another 4 seconds. Exorcism committed. And we'll see where they use this.
I don't think they can get anything out of this Exo.
Let's see where they're going with it. Moon.
Can't kill Roshan with it. It's just, you know, a farming Exorcism, let's call it that way.
Zoning. Farming.
Yeah.
We were on sync there on the zoning Exorcism. Bounty runes.
Great minds think alike, or in our case, dumbasses think alike.
We're better in numbers.
Jabs is actually, I'm not gonna say super farmed, but you know, he's getting the items. That's what matters. And he's getting the correct ones.
Burrow Strike, Dust, Meld Strike comes in. Can they get the kill onto the Death Prophet up into the air? Surviving a little bit longer. Jabs is dead. Moon on the run. He's surviving, but finally the Burrow Strike comes in. They got 3 on this. Whoa, all of a sudden Neon coming out feeling strong. It doesn't go to the Illusory Orb, and now Dabil has an arrow available. He'd have to land it from a distance. He'll actually hold it as Yopaj, Blink, trying to keep up with Masaros. And I think at the end of the day, Masaros will live, but I'm ready to eat my words as he's trying to still juke and jive through this.
Has the high ground ward, should be okay, Januel. Spirit, scout things out, will devour that.
Yeah, he's fine.
That Prophet could have possibly lived there if she used the Spirit Siphon before the Yule, something that we usually see. You know,
right.
To have that extra bit of an HP. But yeah, good rotation from Neon. Blink Dagger reveal from Sanking. They got the tier 1 tower. They got a couple of kills.
Natsumi's still just farming away, not being touched. Morphling having an alright time, and you can see in the net worth that these other 2 heroes, the Death Prophet, especially the Puck, are starting to fall behind, fall to the wayside. There's the Deso. Deso and Manta Axe for Morphling.
Manta to get rid of the silence, of course. Great stats. There's the Exorcism on the bottom. Let's see if they want to contest. No Epi for 15.
the timings work. They could potentially contest this. The question is, do they want to?
Okay, I love
Fighting in a
that.
Raven
They
is
just
tough.
need Templar Assassin to be inside a bit. Morph. Oh, but the rocket, it scouts. So let's see if Neon decides to fall back.
They're committing.
They can fight this. Like Radiance on Raid King, level 2 ulti.
TP's taking a long time, though. He's going into the outpost. And now they'll back out.
It was such a sneaky play from
Ooh, did
Neon,
that-
but it got scouted.
I think that rocket flare also scouted the smoke. I want to say it caught vision.
Yeah, look at Fnatic. They're just place observer board on the high ground, place a sentry, and just be on the high ground. That's what everyone's doing right now.
Rocket flare.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now Moonlight Shadow.
Oh,
okay.
this could backfire. Moon.
Double damage.
Super
Brutal strike
greedy.
coming in. There's the silence onto the Sand King. They've got the Dream Coil down. But it doesn't look like it's going to do much, and they've caught the silence now onto the puck. They'll take a second. Natsumi, he morphs into the puck, has the Waning Rift, gets the silence onto the puck, and that's what controls him enough to get them two.
Well, sometimes double damage is blessed by Gaben, sometimes cursed in this case, because he got baited. He got baited hard. Like, he probably knew something was happening, used silence, like maybe they're there, so this will be...
They need
Roshan jabs.
They need
He's
to chase
thinking about it,
Clockwork.
but look at the rest of Neon, like 3 heroes, just body blocking the possible hook shot and an Aegis steal.
Man. Debil, I think he saw an opening for the Clockworks. Starts the hook shot, you know, you see him point, and then he just kind of hops in. Like, Jabs is just like, I'm going to steal this Aegis. There's the line. Nani. And then he just comes in and just... Perfect. And then they just, you know, have the triangle. They collapse on him. And they get an easy kill. So this is now Neon feeling like they're in the driver's seat.
I wouldn't call it that way. Dead Prophet, once the Exorcism is up, Fnatic will look for a fight. Raid King feels extremely strong, has a Sanj. A Dead Prophet also getting Heaven's Halberd against the Morphling, against the TA. Just even a casual Sanj on Dead Prophet feels fine. You know, it gives you that self-HP regen and lifesteal amplification. But she's committing, like just getting full Heaven's Halberd, something that we don't see that often. From time to time, yes, but you know, there is a recipe. Yeah, it got the cost got increased by quite a lot, so
yeah,
still a great item.
So we'll see if and how Death Prophet will utilize that. As Yopaj going into the BKB, you've got Ags being built here for the Morphling. I said TA is going to feel a lot more effective once he gets that BKB. Dream Coil down on a play hard. It was killed very quickly. His 3-time spree is gone. And that's to the Oracle, who's pretty farmed. For 5 position, he's got a 1100 gold above the Elder Titan going into the Blink Dagger.
His positioning was great this game. Only managed to die once. Was involved in 9 out of 10 kills. Got, 2 last hits on those.
Scan hits. And now that's hitting on 3 heroes, so Dire know exactly where Neon are. Moonlight Shadow runs out. Leaps. Trying to get some distance. And they're out. They're fine. All the while just keeping Natsumi's lane in life very open.
Natsumi, 0 deaths. They have not been putting any pressure on the Morphling so far. So, free farming, getting closer to the Aghanim Scepter. I'm not sure who's he gonna turn into this game. Possibly like Sand King. Sand King, Elder Titan doesn't feel too bad. Like even TA for allies.
Yeah, I think the Sand King actually feels really good, right?
Increased cast range on a Burrow Strike.
Adding Caustic Finale. That's pretty nice. And it's long initiation, right?
Yeah, it's super long, especially because you get like the increased cast range from the Aghanim Scepter as well.
Definitely starts to feel similar to the Earthshaker combo, but not nearly as broken. But it's nice. Fnatic, on the other hand, talking about their builds, you've gone Radiant, Sanj, and Yasha, now into the Blink Dagger for the Wraith King. And Yopaj, he's caught up in net worth to the Wraith King. And it's off. That's impressive, that he's been able to cut down that lead, because Wraith King was pretty far ahead when it came to him above anybody on the side.
They were stacking the Ancients for Yopaj, and the Blink Dagger, I talked about it. You know, it's a farming item. He got a lot of the space on the map. We can see like position 4, position 5 not being that farmed, so that means, you know, someone else is getting the farm.
Raven still farming now the Radiant side of the jungle. We've got Playhard, who's still farming up towards top. He doesn't have anything queued up just yet. He's got 1,400 gold. Wonder if we see him go into anything similar, maybe an Ags. Goes up in the air on the TA. Yopaj not working with a lot of mana, but does have an Aegis. Trap pops on Moon and be helped out by that Oracle. Maybe Sand King will get the best shard in the game. Epicenter every 700 units moved.
Great one. One of the best ones for sure. Not. Lotus Orb feels good. Just having extra armor, way to dispel things, protect your Morphling. Aegis expired, so Fnatic will start putting some pressure again. They were just waiting it to be back into the Roshan's pockets.
Yeah, he's got Burrow Strike now. Look at the range on that. Oh my god, DJ. He did that from the stairs on the bottom part of the river. That is disgusting, the range that you're able to have. And he's got Morph up in just a second. He'll turn into the Sand King again. This time he misses the Burrow Strike, though. He gets hit by the Dream Coil. And, well, now this might be a problem for Natsumi, who's just blown up. Playhard trying to get away. That Burrow Strike gets him some distance. Raven, though, on top of Deville. They'll get the kill on a bolt. They'll look over to Jean-Noel and get themselves a third. That Burrow Strike miss from Morphling.
Yeah, cost him his life. DJ instantly bought back. He's like, sure, you know, I'll take it. If we can get something out of that. Morphling needs to be careful. You know, I talked about how they don't have any defensive abilities, any defensive items so far. There is not a single Glimmer Cape, Force Staff, nothing to just be able to, you know, take care of the Morphling. You don't have any saving abilities on top of that, so it's quite hard. If he misuses one of his spells, things the team will back him up, and they don't, he's just gonna die.
Neon missing a bunch of spells in the river right there. Both Burrow Strikes miss. The arrow misses. Natsumi dies. Debile's gone. Jean-Noel follows. Like, that is just stuff that we've talked about with Neon. There are times where they falter that teams that they've played in the past haven't taken advantage of. But Fnatic isn't one of those teams that's going to let you off the hook.
Suddenly it's a 6k gold lead for Fnatic. Next Roche, once that is up, Fnatic will be able to maybe just go in and try to take it themselves with the Exorcism. Potentially level 3 Exorcism, extra 8 Ghosts on top of that.
Ooh. Jabs. Yeah, good spot. It looked like Neon wanted to go for it, but thought better of their actions before they jumped in onto that Wraith King.
No mana burn on Neon, so Wraith King's like, I don't need to invest my gold into Aghanim's shard. Just goes straight for the items that he wants to go. S and Y, a bit more move speed, some status resistance, and now going into AC, that's going to help a lot against the Templar Assassin. Tank up your team with some armor. Works really well with the Dead Prophet ulti as well, so just a, you know, standard Wraith King build, but synergizes well with the rest of the team and abilities.
Right. Rocket Flare, that comes out. Natsumi's been spotted. Moonlight Shadow going for the TP. Woo. Silence, Crypt Swarm, they're still looking. They dust. He's not there, guys. He left. He gave the, as my dad's best friend used to say, the Irish goodbye. Where you don't tell anybody you're leaving, you just go.
That's Irish goodbye?
That's what I've been told.
Never heard that one before.
I could be wrong, but...
You're Irish, right?
No.
Not?
Russian, Polish.
Thought you were like a mix of Polish, Irish.
No, my dad's law partner was Irish. That's where I got that from. He was always talking about Ireland. Good quick pause here from Jabs. A little bit of lag that they're dealing with. You know, that's why they threw everything on that space where Natsumi once was. Very late. But BKB being built for the Morphling. TA MKB, 2,800 gold. Okay. Wraith King, like you said, AC, then Scotty afterwards. And Ags for the puck soon.
There's so much burst potential from TA. Enchanted Quiver, MKB proc. Once she gets that, I can understand the MKB, like the miss chance from the Radiance, miss chance coming out from the Heaven's Halberd.
Right.
20% evasion. So yeah, kind of need to have that item to be able to actually deal the damage. I think we need another item that gives you an ability to counter evasion, because evasion feels really strong. Like we had Solar Crest before that gave accuracy. That has been removed. But I would love to see another item that, you know.
What price range would you put in?
Like,
or would it be a neutral item? Not
necessarily a neutral item. Like something that you buy in Secret Shop. Big fan of Secret Shop. Maybe like something like 2,000-3,000 gold worth of an item.
Also, the Secret Shop isn't secret.
Yeah, it's just a shop.
It's on your map. You know where it is.
So Fogg was talking to me the other day where like he had an Overwatch case. It was some like really low skill bracket, probably like the lowest one.
Was it
where yeah, like the guy was just sitting at the Secret Shop, probably being really excited. Guys, look, I found this. Like there's some hidden stuff in here, something that you can't buy. Like this is some street stuff.
I mean, he does get excited when you come around. He's like, you know, you spot him. If it's your first time, he comes on and you're just like, ho ho, you found me. And it's like, oh man, guys, I found this, guys.
Come here, you know,
Look at all
spend
these
some
items.
money. Like if we all buy something, maybe he'll get us a discount. That's not how it works.
We all buy items, we get a discount?
Yeah, they get a 10%.
That would be an interesting change to Dota. Group purchases. Haggling with the Secret Shop.
You know what we need? Like if you spend real money on the item, like you get the discount in the game.
So pay to
I hope Valve's not listening. So yeah, back to the game. Wraith King, AC finish, going into Scotty. Scotty's an interesting choice. Not something we see often on a Wraith King, but against like D8, the Crippler, and against the Morphling as well, like two ranged heroes, also to reduce the healing coming out from the Morphling, which is really nice. I personally don't think they need that.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to see maybe a Basher instead. Yeah, he changes his mind. Okay. Because, you know, I was just trying to find something positive, but they might lack some damage. And, yeah, Basher will allow them to keep them in place and deal more damage.
Yeah, potentially. They haven't been able to kill Raven once, let alone twice. Might be able to just stand his ground, bash away, and... Well, I don't know if Neon have much of a say about it. They do get the MKB on TA, trying to farm up the next item, which is yet to be queued. Morphling's still looking for the BKB.
Last 5 minutes, I felt like we've been having a podcast instead of casting a Dota game, because nothing was happening. No one wanted to fight. Roche has been alive for quite some time. A bit of a pause here and there. On top of that, Shiva's Guard will scout him out.
They've got Elder Titan in a bad spot, in a bad way, and dead again. Masaros. I'll get credit for that one. There were rotations from Neon towards top, maybe thinking about doing something up to the point in where the Elder Titan does get caught out.
So they have Shiva's Guard that also reduces healing. Spirit Vessel on the Clockwork. Once Morphling has used his Manta style BKB, he's just straight up dead. Like, you can't play against this item. So, you know, Raid King was thinking about going Scotty, the holy trinity of items against any kind of healing. It's a bit too much here, you know, you still have ways to deal with Morphling.
They're going to go for this. They're going to try and come in. Arrow comes through, but it only hits a skeleton. Roche still about a quarter of health remaining to be over to the side. They haven't exactly made their jump in just yet, as Roche not going low too quickly, but they find themselves in the clock. They'll get the Kona jab. They'll use the Dream Coil, but coming in with the Burrow Strike is not Natsumi with the BKB pop by this Morphling. They've got the Shivas going off, as well as the disarm out of the TA Exorcism right on top of Yopaj. Down goes TA. No one there to save him. Just bad positioning from this Templar Assassin, which leaves him out and hung to dry.
Now, this is something that I mentioned multiple times already. They have no saving abilities. They have no saving items. Like, look at the itemization from Mirana. She's getting the Spirit Vessel, try to reduce the healing from, of course, Raid King, Dead Prophet, and the Oracle. ET doesn't have anything. Like, his biggest item is Windlace. So, you know, Sanking also not itemizing, going into Pipe, which I'm not a big fan of. I would prefer, like, a Lotus Orb to possibly bounce back some of the spells to the original caster. So yeah, like, you overextend with Morphling, with TA. We can see, like, she jumps in, there's no follow-up, and eats all the ghosts, just straight up dies.
Yeah, all by himself in a spot like that. BKB is not even going to help you. Yopaj just caught out. Man, that's a bad spot. The rest of the team not there with him either, to bail him out in any sort of fashion.
You said it. They couldn't bring Raven, not even once this game. Now he has Reincarnation, level 3, Aegis, Cheese on Dead Prophet. Once the Exorcism is back up again, they should go. Like, they should just go for tier 3s.
Aegis on Wraith King normally feels like 4 lives.
Yeah, because you Reincarnation, that's second, then Aegis, then Reincarnation again.
Yeah, as long as it's not like quick succession with Wraith King, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Solar Crest finish for Debiel. Daedalus for the TA, Morphling going into the E-Blade.
Yeah, you're like, that Daedalus, E-Blade. I'm like, wow, man, they're farmed. Then I check the inventory and they're going for the item. Still a long way until they get there. Because Fnatic, they will try to fight. Exorcism back online in 10 with the Arcane in the bottle. Like, this is just a dream rune for Dead Prophet. She picked it up like multiple times this game already. You can, because you are controlling the most part of the map, so you will be controlling the runes. Backstab from Neon. They're trying to find Oracle, possible Clockwork.
Yeah, they find themselves the puck instead. Quick kill on Amasaros. Doesn't have buyback up for 70. That's a lot of control taken out of the fight. That's fine.
When you think about it, if they are delaying things on side of Neon, I don't think Raid King cares too much. Going high ground, even without having Aegis. Cheese will still stay, so once Masaros is back up with the Boots of Travel, can TP, and they can go for the high ground. Like, this was the ideal timing. 2 catapults coming, mid and top lane, so kind of a missed timing. They will still keep the mid catapults alive, possibly even top ones. Yeah, so it should be okay-ish.
Ooh, Shivas and the Silence, both missing. Burrow strike away, still buying some time. 20 seconds till they've got Masaros up. No buybacks really available for Fnatic, except for, I would say, maybe even the most important one.
Yeah, you can see Raven on top. He does not want to push the lane quickly. Even turned off the Radiance, like, just to keep the momentum of the catapults. Because he did not want lane to push in and catapults to get closer to tier 3s, because it's a possibility that they get killed.
Exorcism gets used, Silence thrown out, not going to land. Shivas, I don't think that connected either. Use that glyph. They do have the Arcane Rune for this Exorcism. Now the Silence on a play hard. He's still holding his ground. Gotta worry about Jabs, who could come in with a hook shot and disjoint the fight of Neon. They take the tier 3, and I think at the moment right now, Neon are okay with that. But if anything more, they really need to start fighting back. Backdoor protection is up. So they will not take this Rax just yet, but backdoor protection, it was there for a moment, and now it's gone.
Dire using a scan, where could they possibly be? I mean, you're sieging the high ground, they're in the base. They're just trying, I don't know what that was. They scanned the mid tier 1 tower, possibly like a wraparound, but then you scan area closer to the high ground, like around here, maybe around the ward where Fnatic placed it on the high ground. So maybe that's the area to scan. I mean, that's gonna change much, but it's about the little things.
Penta-edged sword for the Morphling. I will say that Exorcism with the Arcane Rune, they didn't have to commit everything to it, but now as I say that, Hookshot comes in. Tabeel getting low. He's trying to get back into the well to survive. Leaps in. He has that Spirit Vessel on him. Sleep on it too.
Another Exorcism is ready in 15 because of that Arcane Rune.
Yeah, I was going to say that first one, you didn't need to commit so hard because you know you have one really soon after. So they do get the tier 3, they open up the Rax, and that next Exorcism could just be for the Rax. And then you back up. Maybe a fight, maybe more. So let's see. Ooh, Burrow Strike from high ground to low ground. Spirit Vessel on him. There's another Burrow Strike on him. Masaros, they get the kill into the puck. They'll take him out for 70 seconds. But now they're inside the Moonlight Shadow. They've got the Ear Splitter coming across. They've got the right clicks on a Raven, but it's not going to be enough from Natsumi just yet. He'll walk up out of the high ground. The Burrow Strike hits onto Moon. Moon Exorcism rolling. This is at least one that's not going to get themselves the towers. Burrow Strike all the way across. They got the disarm on Natsumi, but it gets out of the hands of Moon as well as Raven. Another Burrow Strike comes in from Playhard. Spirit Siphon onto both this Mirana as well as the Morphling Moon. Now he's silenced for just a second, but he's able to walk away, and that is the Exorcism duration. Well, one that
now
they were
they're
able to play
chasing.
through.
Neon wants to get more out of this. Once Morphling turns into, he's still in Sanking form. Long initiation.
Oh, there's the trap. That's the silence from the Shard. They're going to go in on the Moon. He'll use that Shiva's. Trap placed down once again. Doesn't land, but right in front of him is Playhard. They've got him silenced up. Now Yule's up into the air. That silence was massive. That keeps him alive.
Not sure why he popped the bottle there. It was another Arcane Rune. Man, Masaros is actually keeping Neon in this game. His positioning in the last 2 fights was like really bad, and also his itemization. He's playing super greedy, Boots of Travel, Force Staff. Doesn't have a single like defensive item. They get a first jump, not a Lincoln Sphere, and not Eon Disc. I think he definitely needs to get Eon Disc to be able to, you know, just to survive through the first initiation with the first Burrow Strike.
Flicker, Ninja Gear. Yeah, Aeon Disc has been a savior as we've seen in the past, for sure.
Eon Disc is such a great item.
Hookshot comes out on a play hard over bottom. Dreamcoil to follow it up. Raven showing off that Abyssal Blade. They get the kill on to play hard very quickly. 4 heroes show up and just ransack play hard and get a quick kill. So 5,400 gold for Yopaj, who's closing in on a Daedalus. Shadow Blade for the Oracle. Just try and stay out of the eyes of Neon as best they can.
Dire are scanning.
Interesting build. Like, Eon Disc was also a possibility for Oracle. But yeah, guess I've seen Shadow Blades before on Oracle combined with the Blink Dagger, so you just stay hidden until someone gets jumped.
Interesting. Yopaj went from Daedalus to Nullifier. Courier! Oh, dear.
That was full Nullifier, right?
That's... Ooh. No buyback
almost
and
4
nothing
minutes.
to show about.
Moon is just having all the runes in this game now. He has double damage on that Prophet. Again, playing with the catapults.
Yeah. Take out the full set of racks. Get the melee racks. Exorcism available. Has a cheese. Has a way to survive. Has double damage. Continuing to get these runes. Fill up these bottles. Roche, though. It is up in 30 seconds. So let's see if they can make a play and find themselves the right positioning to get towards this third Roche. Scotty finished off for the Morphling. Still farming pretty well for the TA. It's just a question of whether or not they can make this farm effective enough.
They don't have edgy carry, so they gave Ninja Gear to Oracle. You know,
Dude, he's
smoke,
gonna stay hidden
just
the entire time.
Yeah, just stay away from enemy
Shadow
sight.
Blade.
Shadow Blade, smoke
Dagger.
on top of that.
This is an Ag's Blessing. Ooh. Ag's Blessing on Wraith King would be disgusting. They're gonna come over.
It's good, you know, for Puck to be able to use his abilities, but that Prophet just sounds much better.
Moonlight Shadow, that gets used. They've got the silence onto the Elder Titan. Traps being placed into the pit. Bash from Roche. Is that a Neon jersey on Roche? Gets that bash on Moon? Oh, for a second it might be, but Moon just in here all alone. Raven over to the side. He's waiting to use this Abyssal Blade and jump on someone with the rest of the team. Arrow flies in again, only helping Fnatic.
Seems like Neon gave up.
Yeah, they're conceding this.
We're getting closer to level 25's Raid King. Like, his level 25 downs are actually insane, especially the -2 seconds on Mortal Strike. That's a new one, and most of the players just picked that one up.
Right.
So they decided to give Raid King the Aghanim Scepter. You know, just keep the teammates alive. So, like, Oracle will get the spells off, Puck will get the spells off, and Puck is also getting into Eon Disc. So I'm not sure how you know, just go in and burst one guy, because he will get the spells off.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, there's no way you just, like, stay close to Raid King. That's all you need to do.
Now this is all of a sudden a Wraith King who had been close to the TA 10k ahead of Yopaj. This Morphling, it seems like he's just not making much progression. Maybe not much progression, but I guess I'm not used to seeing Morphlings 4th on the list like this.
I really have not seen him, like, shine in team fights. He's been involved in 5 out of 12 kills. Not too much playtime, like the real playtime where you're not hitting the creeps, actually playing Dota. Having a rough one.
Ooh, Dream Coil.
That's Axe Coil.
And now that's going to be the double Burrow Strike, but they've got themselves the Abyssal Blade. Duels up into the air on a Raven. They'll disengage off this one. Hook shot comes in from Jabs, but it's only on cooldown for 30 seconds.
A lot of misused abilities. Once again, Coil just on a Sanking. There's no real follow-up. Eon Disc procced on Puck. Hook shot on an ally. Sometimes it happens, you know.
Things get a little disjointed. Like we said, the later these games are, the more and more chaos builds up with them. You know, it's not really just a statement. We've seen some chaotic finales to these games. Especially when you get 45, 50, maybe even 60 minutes into the game. This, you know, they're taking it slow, but you got to understand there is a lot on the line in this game alone.
One of the reasons, you know, why we see so many mistakes. They're battling for the first place that goes to the playoffs of the major, possibly.
Oh, there's the
Raid
Abyssal.
King's in.
Yeah, he's jumping forward. Hook shot to follow that up. Force staff back, trying to keep Playhard alive. They've done so. BKB gets popped by Natsumi. They're going to make the move with an Nullifier onto the clock. They get the kill into Jabs, but he's going to be alive a little bit longer thanks to the Ags that's on the Wraith King. They hit the sweep that hits onto 3 heroes. That'll make sure that Jabs dies without doing anything to follow this one up. So the clockwork's gone. He's dead for 63 seconds. They've got buyback available. They'll look over at Raven, who does lose that first life. That is the reincarnation gone. Now they got to get through him probably 3 more times. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, all coming in. Aeon just procced again. Burrow Strike one more time. Raven gone. Moon, he's low, and he's got the Nullifier on him. He'll survive for a couple seconds longer, but they look over the Oracle, who's dead to Debil. They've gotten themselves heroes surviving just because of that Ags on the Wraith King, but they finally take the Aegis out of the hands of Raven. Now they got to kill him again. They look over at Masaros, who's a little bit low on health. Debil, silence, Abyssal Blade coming through onto the Marauder. Playhard thinking about going in. They've got the hook shot. It's only onto the Siege Creep, but enough there for the right clicks to come in and take out Playhard.
Oh, this Nullifier from TA doing extremely good job in a team fight, but I'll hold that thought.
Bash, Natsumi. That comes in from Playhard. They've got the Nullifier and the right clicks coming out on Raven. He's got the reincarnation ready to go. Fortune's End. Oracle's here. DJ doesn't have False Promise to save him, though. There's the Dream Coil onto two of these heroes. They're going to run Raven out of this one. Play hard, can't keep up. BKB was popped by Natsumi.
That was 2 buybacks from Fnatic, who was 20k gold ahead, sieging the enemy base to go back to the Nullifier. Death Prophet used the old Scepter, but Nullifier was already on, so you go down instantly. Tries to use a Stormcrafter. Once again, pops... You go up, you go down instantly.
You get swatted right on down. So a bit of a hold there for Neon.
Yeah, Sanking and Morphling, you know, Burrow Strikes, Sandstorm, that's a lot of overtime damage. Are we getting closer to like any level 25s? Like once Sanking gets the 25, Sandstorm slow and blind 40% is not a joke talent. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah, Morphling just hitting that 25, having the 2 waveform charges. Elder Titan trying to get level 3 on the Earth Splitter. His level 20... you know, I don't think those are going to make much of a difference. But maybe if you can get level 25 on Mirana, Moonlight Shadow cooldown could be massive.
Yeah, 5 levels, B-Cup, calm down, please. Like, it takes, you know...
It takes a long time.
Exactly. Or if she's alone, she cleans up the whole team, level 26, 27 suddenly. And yeah, level 25 on Mirana, you don't have to be good. Like, this is what the players need to get to. I was playing the Mirana the other day, and I'm like, yeah, you know, once I hit 25, people can't laugh at me because one arrow will probably hit.
I hear that statement a lot when people are watching games. They're like, yeah, you know, this team's got a good pick. Once he hits level 25, that's a long time into the game.
Yeah, just, you know, stall the game. Don't lose, first of all.
Don't fall too far behind.
Exactly. For 50 plus minutes. And then you can do what you said 50 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, what, he hit 25.
No one's like, yeah, we should play for level 25. Like that's not the way you play Dota. If it comes to that, it's good. But, you know, you still need to do something. Death Prophet, once again, she hits that 25 and has another Arcane Rune in the bottle.
And going for the Shard, I actually really like the Shard on Death Prophet. In close, compact fights like that, could mean a lot. Look at all these traps, and they all provide silence.
Yeah, that Shard upgrade is actually insane.
They've put down a sentry. They're trying to clean up these traps. They will pop them all. Place another one, giving away 25 gold like that. Arrow hits on the arrow. They were trying to set up a trap to go on under this Death Prophet. How do they make their move? They've got buybacks available on the TA, the Morphling, as well as the Elder Titan. Only buyback available for Fnatic right now is Masaros. Duels into the air, silence on the Death Prophet.
Removes the silence with the Stormcrafter.
And here now fighting into the Exorcism. Do they want to go? Got the silence on a play hard. Illusions moving forward. Moonlight Shadow used. There is a sentry down for Fnatic. Burrow Strike comes out, and that's out from Natsumi. The damage on the Moon forces out the False Promise. The Abyss Blade's going to be used onto the Morphling, who pops that Manta. They've got the right clicks coming in, as well as the Dream coming out from Asaros. Splitter down. Sleep is there. Raven low. Death Prophet gone. Natsumi, though, he's dead too. He's got buyback, however, and they're going to try and make a move with this. They get the kill on the Moon, but they lose Yopaj. This is buybacks used around the horn from Neon. They've also got the buyback coming out from Moon.
They need to go back, reset a bit. The Death Prophet also bought back, so no buyback on 3 heroes from Neon.
Do they want to go for this?
They don't necessarily need to, you know, just go in. They could wait for another Exorcism for 50 seconds. Because it's where the most damage comes from.
Right. So they're coming back around. Fnatic trying to make a play here.
They're taking this one slow. You know, Raid King also did not have Reincarnation. A lot on the line at the moment, so I can understand why no one's in the rush. They go in. Like, Neon's afraid. They know, like, we lose either TA or Morphling, we're probably going to lose the game.
Yeah,
but you need to go in. Like, this is the time. This is your last set of barracks.
Are they willing to deal with Megas? That's the question. They don't have the Sand King to morph into. They don't have the double Burrow Strike lockdown that they've been using. Epicenter's on cooldown regardless for another 24 seconds. Even if he were able to come back alive, he doesn't have enough gold for that buyback, and it's on cooldown for 3 minutes. They use the Abyssal Blade as well as the Dream Coil coming through on Natsumi. who is taking a lot of damage, but Raven the one fighting back, and he's in so much trouble. He's getting low, Force Staff back, Silence onto the Morphling. They've got themselves a Wraithfire Blast as well as a damage to take out Natsumi. They'll get the kill onto the Morphling, take him out for 2 minutes, and I don't think there's much more to show here for Neon. Fnatic, they might be able to take this series, but Neon, they're still trying to fight. They know how much it means. They've got Mega Creeps here for the side of Fnatic, and now they'll move in with the Exorcism onto the tier 4s.
You just don't have enough damage without Morphling. There's no
Sleeps,
second Burrow Strike.
Arrow, but the Silence! Silence on all 4 heroes. The Burrow Strike as well as the Earth Splitter comes in with an own fire on a moon. They've got themselves a Spirit Vessel onto the Death Prophet, but it's not going to be enough damage with the Force Staff pushing them back. They look over as TA is trying to do all he can, but Yopaj has been disarmed, now stunned up. Force Staff to get some distance. There's the Quick Sword coming in from Moon to get the kill on a Yopaj, taking him out for 2 minutes. Still, Neon have not called GG yet, and as I say that, there's the call, and Fnatic, they will overstep Neon and take the series 2-1.
What a big win for Fnatic. Now both of these teams are 5-1, and this shows that, you know, Neon can bleed. Finally, they lose a series. Fnatic, a bit of a sloppy in the second part of the game. I think they could have ended this game like 15, 20 minutes ago, but yeah, just a couple of mistakes, and Neon still showing they could put up a good fight, even though they're 15, 20k gold behind.
Yeah, Neon showing a lot of bright spots in that third game, being behind by so much for so long. It eventually, you know, it's a dam with a lot of pressure on it. Eventually it's going to give, and unfortunately it gave, and they weren't able to build it up and bring it back. They were close, though. There were times where they looked really good, and unfortunately for them, they end up dropping a Fnatic. But fortunately for Fnatic and Fnatic fans out there, they win. They took the series, and I'm pretty sure they've jumped to the top spot. And this is a big moment for Fnatic, a big moment for the DPC in Southeast Asia. And, well, to break it down a little bit more, we've got the panel. Back over to you guys.
Steady wins the race indeed, as Fnatic were the tortoise in this best of 3, and they come out victorious and take the top spot in the region, finally knocking down Neon, who have been in the top spot since week 1, but finally in week 5 someone comes up and drives a dagger into their hearts. I mean, massive performance here from Fnatic. You know, they did pull it out the bag. It took them a while, but what was the source of their victory in this third game, sorry?
It's really just the draft again. I feel like they had a better draft in all 3 games. Might as well have been, you know, if you just look at the draft, it was a 3-0 for me. But of course, in game 2, they got outplayed by Neon. Yeah, I mean, their drafting was just impeccable this entire series, I think. The plays were, I mean, they didn't play bad or anything, you know. They played as they should, you know, not over their expectations or underperformed. But yeah, overall, okay performance.
Just stable Dota overall from Fnatic, if you look at it that way. The third draft, in my opinion, was very close. The second one might have been in Neon's favor, but here you could see that their rotations were also pretty solid. From the beginning of the game, which you guys probably could have forgotten by now, as this one was a little bit longer. They made some interesting moves with the Death Prophet, securing, not necessarily taking the tier 1 tower on the top lane, but aggressing on the TA, making her life much harder, playing around their triangle that prevented the TA from ever really hitting that power spike in which she's unkillable and she's just one-shotting everyone on your side. Then again, Neon, they weren't without their bright moments too. They played their lineup with the difficult start that they had. They played it really well. The Morphling Sand King combination, in which you have 2 Sand Kings and one pretty much impales you from one side of the map to the other, was a treat to watch once again. Sadly for Neon, it didn't work out.
It certainly did not. I mean, beyond the draft, what are some other criticisms you might have of Neon about how they played the games, actually?
I mean, it's hard to fault them really for their gameplay. I actually feel like they did quite well with what they had, but like a first phase TA, then you ended up with a Morphling. It's a super greedy draft. We spoke about they lose the top tower and the mid tower, or just the tier 1 towers in general. Suddenly they're boxed in their side of the map. They have no like space maker. It's super hard like draft to play for Neon, but they still had like, you know, their good moments. Like you can see their team fight execution, their team chemistry is still the same as before. It's just Fnatic is a different level from the teams they've played so far.
Yeah. Even when you have this Morphling, they try to adapt, they go with the Aghanims build, but it's not enough. I think you put yourself in a really bad spot, and there are some there were some portions in this game in which I felt like Neon could be a little bit more active even when you're a little bit behind, you can try to get some pickoffs, perhaps sneak in a rush pit. There was a part in the game in like 5 minutes or 6, I just had to listen to Lacoste and Bcop talk BS because nothing was happening.
It's hard for us all, but we got through it.
We got through it.
No, they did a great job, as always. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously for the gold breakdown, of course. Fnatic taking down winning more towers. Neon struggling with that early pressure as they never really got their claws into this game. There were a few moments where that Morph and Sand King combination looked like it was pretty scary, and a high ground push from Fnatic went a little bit askew. Do you think there was potential for Neon to turn this game around?
Definitely. I mean, they almost won the bottom fight. It was very close. But it's just, it's very hard to play into that Oracle, into the Clockwork. You know, like their backline supports are just much stronger in late game than Neon's are. And you can just see the impact of an Oracle compared to like a Mirana. It's like night and day in late game scenarios.
It really is, it really is. But of course, our MVP for this third game is going to be Moon for Fnatic, playing a phenomenal Death Prophet in the middle lane. Look at that kill participation, 0.92.
Almost 100%.
92%. Wow. Getting involved in a lot of these kills.
Not a lot of kills this game, though. Like,
sure.
Overall,
step up your game, bro.
versus 24
Not 100?
with 52 minutes of a game. Yeah, like he could have had a couple of extra ones, but he's playing a Death Prophet. It's not really that hero that jumps in, gets kills. It's mostly the slow tortoise that slowly takes over.
It's a very good Moon hero, I think. like he likes to play his Dragon Knights, these DPC. He's not the flashy kind of mid player. He's just a stable kind.
Consistency is key, and yeah, some heroes which have played to the same level every time are going to produce the same thing, and that's a very strong game and a very strong core to your lineup, and allow some of the other lunatics on the team to go a bit crazy and do the things they want to do.
I just loved this stability from Fnatic. Really, in this last game as well, you could see that they care so much about the series. Obviously, it puts them on top.
As they should. Yeah.
As they should, and you can see the discipline. But getting 2 bottles, getting 1 DD on the Wraith King, the other Arcane Rune, getting on that Prophet, and using them at the same time to take a fight. It's all these small little things definitely do add up.
I feel like there's one stat we're missing. How many runes were picked up by what team? I feel like Fnatic had like 90% of the runes, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that comes with map control, but even in the laning phase as well, they were just always making sure. I think just controlling up the power runes with your supports is just so important in these situations. Although, that said, Debil did a really good job in the first kind of 10 minutes of the game in just making these really efficient movements with Imrani. I loved it 4-minute mark when she goes in, arrows the creep, stacks it, goes and gets a power rune, comes back, stacks it again, arrows the big creep again, gets the bounty, and just being so valuable
efficient.
whilst, just efficient, exactly. That's the word I was fishing for there. Yep. We do actually have our interview available with Fnatic, and to join us here to chat about these games is Moon. Moon, how's it going? Can you hear us? And of course, congratulations.
Dark.
Hello. Thank you.
Good. Now,
Hello?
you guys are now at the top. You guys have beaten Neon, which means you're at the top of the SEA. How does that feel for your team?
I mean, it feels pretty good because Neon is the top team, like the #1 team in the group stage.
Yep. Well,
yeah, it felt really good.
Not anymore. It's now you guys. So congratulations. So, did Neon bring anything to the series today that surprised you?
Not really, but they are still being them. Like they are pretty aggressive, I would say. Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations once again on the.
Nothing special. They just being themselves.
Just being themselves, yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. So, what is it then in the second game that really went, actually first, that went into their favor?
That second game.
The second game.
The second game we were, I think we all think that we are in the good spot, like splitting them, until we made a mistake at the top high ground.
And that's Ricky versus PL matchup.
And then the game just like slip away.
Yeah.
And also that Ricky versus PL matchup, how do you feel about that? Do you still think that Ricky is, because you picked it into it, do you think that it's good versus PL or?
Yeah, I think a fat Ricky should rep the PL easily.
Okay, yeah.
The third game was very long indeed. Do you think that if you were versus another team, you would have been a little bit quicker about finishing the game?
No, I think we are just try to play safe. I think we will still play the same way if we against another team.
So do you try to play the same way against every team you come across when you're actually in the game?
I mean, we are just trying to do what is the best in during that time, right?
Well, makes sense.
So it's not gonna be like which team we're against. It just depends on the
series. Which one did you enjoy the most?
favorite game. Should be the last series against Neon.
Yeah,
It was pretty fun.
it definitely looks fun. You did a lot of work on that Death Prophet. Black, you got a question?
I was just wondering about, obviously you're all from different regions in SEA. Is communication sometimes a problem? Like if the game is very fast, very hectic?
Yeah, communication is kind of the big problem, I would say, because we sometimes there's word that in our mind, but we just cannot say it out,
Right, yeah.
and then it drags us a lot. Yeah.
Didn't come across in this game at all from your gameplay, but my last question for you, Moon, is going to be this. Which team are you most looking forward to play on the international stage?
Secret OG.
Secret OG, the
Always,
EU boys.
yeah.
There we go, nice
Always.
and concise. Alrighty, Moon, thank you very much for coming to talk to us. It was an absolute pleasure, and I wish you the best of luck in your future games.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh,
Bask
there we go.
in your victory in the blood of your enemies.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was certainly doing that. Maybe not quite as graphically as you say, but yeah, you could tell they were happy about that win, and they deserve to be, you know, now taking the top spot in the SEA region. Obviously, we had high expectations for Fnatic coming into this one, but now, as we can see on that on those standings, they are now the top dogs. I mean, well deserved.
And
Oh,
now it's
sir.
potentially a brutal match for the top one. If both Fnatic and Neon win their next game, they have to play another best of one. And it's really all in their hands, really. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
win both series, then at least one of them will be top one and top two.
Yeah.
Wait, T1, I believe, is playing Fnatic, right? Last day?
What series are left even?
T1 Fnatic on the last day, I believe.
Yeah, there are some really
So-
good series
So-
coming
so
up.
No,
T1?
no. Fnatic are playing TNC and Neon are playing T1.
Oh, Neon is playing
Pretty sure.
T1. Ah,
Yeah, so-
okay.
So TNC